What's up? What's up? It's the Art the Moats experience with Deke. I'm Art the Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Little mixed weekend, baby. Started off hot. Started off real good. Actually, last time I seen you, man, I was stacking them up the way I wanted to, and obviously, yes, they kind of ended my my Moats sweep of the week. So little mixed with that. What about you though, man? I see you got your pit drip on, man. I know you took the trip and everything.
Oh God.
Oh Lord. Don't come on, Deke. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, Deke.
What do you want to know?
Stop it. Stop it. We're starting off on a positive note. Okay, Deke, we're not gonna go there just yet, bro. We're just they say we'll have any sound. I'm getting sound. Y'all don't got any sound? They're saying they don't have any sound. I don't got that. All right, about to say, everybody else saying they hear you. All right, so we shall continue on there. But yeah, man, let's just start. Obviously, you took the trip, Notre Dame, Pitt Panthers, fighting Irish. How was your trip, bro?
The trip was excellent. The game was probably the worst game I've ever been to. Worst football game I've ever been to.
Okay.
High school, college, professional.
Across the board.
I think so. I don't think I've ever seen a loss that bad in person.
I didn't get a chance to tap in. I didn't see anything. I didn't see the game.
You saw the score though.
Unfortunately, I saw the score, but I needed to know from you because the person that tells me the score, you obviously know his intentions aren't pure. Okay. I feel like at times the person that wants to send me every pit score, especially the not good pit scores, has a little bit of biasness when he's sending said information. So it's hard for me to fully take what he says to me. As
what was he saying?
You know how he talk about it. You feel me? Like, yeah.
I don't think there's much for me to defend after that game.
I
don't know there's any way for me to spin that thing in a positive.
And then because of what they were able to do, it was extra on top of it. So that's why I'm like, all right, I know what you're telling me, but I need to hear from my dog, man, because I think that you are kind of over the top with it, man, because at times he has been very over the top. But since you were there, I trust your eyes, man.
What do you want to know?
What happened? Because I felt like y'all was hot coming into this game. I thought y'all had the quarterback situation figured out. We saw literally the L to Wake Forest was on some fluky last, referees once again, right? Talk about that theme. But it was like, all right, we chalked that up to that. But this is a big test right here. This is a great opportunity. Let's go ahead there and see what's happening.
The short answer is we absolutely sucked. The deeper answer is the game wasn't as bad in the first half.
Okay.
Compared to what the score would indicate, because I think Pitt was down 17-0 after the first half. Now, they had a punt, so Pitt punted it, and the Notre Dame return man broke about 5 or 6 of our tackles. So you want to chalk that up to Pitt sucking and not making tackles, or that's just really fluky and, there you go, Notre Dame. So 7 points right there. Just make a tackle on a punt return.
Anytime you get a special teams turn or special teams touchdown, defensive touchdown,
we missed a field goal. I think it was a relatively close field goal too. I thought it was like 40 yards from my vantage point.
Yeah,
or at least from what I remember. So right there, 10-3 going into half, but then it just got absolutely out of hand third quarter. Quarterback was throwing picks all over the place.
And it was the same one.
Yeah, the guy that I said is the guy.
Yeah.
Well, started to make me question that after this trip
Deke,
to Notre Dame.
It can't be that quick, Deke. It was literally just a week ago. He was the guy, and he lit it up too.
Yeah,
he did lit it up a little.
Started to make me question it a little bit, but I mean, you got to roll with him rest of the season. There's no question about it. We got Florida State this week.
They hot right now.
At least just to see what his name's pronounced Veyer.
Yeah.
At least you got to see what he's capable of, what he can do. I mean, he can make professional throws. He wasn't as good as he was against Wake Forest, and I guess we could say Notre Dame's a better team than Wake Forest. That might have something to do with it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
It was just terrible. That absolutely terrible game.
Okay.
There's not many other ways to slice it.
All right.
Again, it was maybe a little bit closer in the first half than what the 17-0 score would have indicated, but still not by that much. It's not like we dropped like a wide open touchdown or something like that. No. The best we would have done was the 3 points. That was Pitt's ceiling. in the first half.
Okay, I got what you said.
If anything, we got lucky that Hartman threw us 2 picks while Notre Dame was driving.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Okay. Yeah, I ain't know that, bro.
I'll tell you what, though. The trip was unreal. Great way to spend time with friends.
Let's go, bro.
Tailgate scene, the stadium up there was awesome. Like,
Did you do
really
anything to, like, put your Pitt stamp up there, man?
What do you mean?
Just saying, like, did you take
I rock Pitt gear.
Okay.
Yeah, we took some pictures and stuff.
Respect.
Yeah, overall, really good time. Even if you would tell me that this was going to be the outcome again, I'd do the trip. Yep, yeah. I'd still do the trip again. Right. It was a really good experience. The biggest negative, though, and this was a huge buzzkill, both literally and figuratively.
Okay.
No alcohol sales in the stadium.
Whoa, what?
Yep.
Could not
believe it. Could not believe it.
Is that a part of, like, the whole Notre Dame, like the...
So I did some research on it. That has to be part of it.
Right?
Because you could even tell throughout the game that the in-stadium experience, at least what Notre Dame's going for, is we're classy. We keep it traditional here, conservative. You know, they're even promoting, I think it was in the third quarter, hey, there's a mass 30 minutes after the game. Let's go to mass. Let's go to church.
Nothing against it, but I got you. Different vibe.
Different vibe. But I did some research on this because I remember, I think it was 5-6 years ago, Pitt didn't sell alcohol at their games. I think it also is a general college thing.
Because JMU used to not, but it wasn't like a preached thing. It was just we don't sell it. And now I think it was right before COVID, or it was either around COVID time frame was when we started to sell alcohol in stadium.
I think the NCAA started, from my research, the NCAA started to open it up for it to be like the college's choice. Do you want to start selling alcohol or not? Yeah. So I think there are still some big schools out there that don't. Yeah. Like Penn State, I think it was just last year. I saw an article for 2022. They just started allowing alcohol sales in the stadium. So I think it is more of a college football thing, and Notre Dame is obviously going to be slow, if ever, getting to that game.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I'm probably sure Notre Dame, I think Liberty, any of those, like, schools with like some type of religious affiliation or something like that. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Major buzzkill right there. Major buzzkill, because I had it all planned out on the tailgates going in and stuff. I'm going to peak perfectly at the stadium. I'm going to have so much momentum going in good. If I would have known that, I would have had a lot more drinks.
Oh, yeah, because you would have been planning for, all right, this got to last for 4 quarters, not for just the half or just the beginning.
No, second quarter I was hungover.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling, man. It's not a good feeling. Now, see, if you would have went to JMU for their primetime homecoming game, first primetime homecoming game in school history, you would have had a chance to have them drinks flowing all night, baby, all right? Down there at JMU, we don't really tell you when you can't have any more, all right? We all for that atmosphere. And I think it was about 11:45 at night when that game was ending, and it was still a pack house going crazy. And I'm sure...
You were there.
I wish.
I thought you were going.
Well, at first I was going to work the game.
Right.
Yeah, but the game when I was going to work it was at like 1. Because we know we had the 1 o'clock kickoff, Jacksonville the next day. When they moved at the 8 o'clock, I said, oh no, because that means I got to go down there and then come right back in the morning. Not happening, man. So I tapped in and watched it.
This had nothing to do with them switching it to ESPN.
No, it did. But when they switched to ESPN, they also switched the time too.
The flex,
yeah. So that's what it was. Literally, man, our last like 3 games, I feel like have been switched time and network.
So you could have still announced it on the ESPN one?
If it would have been on ESPN Plus, yeah. But when they put it on ESPN, I think it was ESPNU this week. It's either ESPNU or ESPN2, one of them. We've been on all them ESPNs these past like 3-4 weeks in a row now. But yeah, when they put it on the national, that's when the national broadcast take over. So when they switched the time, switched the broadcast, I was like, I could tune in from the casa to watch the now 23 ranked Dukes. They moved up a little bit. Deke is crazy. They keep bumping them up some, bro. We just take it 1 week at a time. We'd be surprised every week. But yeah, man, tough in-state rival right there. ODU, man, came up to Harrisonburg.
I saw it was a close game.
It was a good one, man. Heck yeah, bro. I liked it, man. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. Guys got out the stadium, though, man. So, 8-0. Continuing this 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time, man. But,
So do you play much tougher than what the spread was, huh?
Well, the spread didn't make any sense. They had the spread set at 20. ODU hasn't lost a game by more than 6 all year. So it's like...
And it's a rivalry.
Yeah. We're like, man, technically the record prior to that game was 2-1 ODU versus us. Our first time beating them was last year, but we haven't really played them either. So it was like, yo, it's kind of weird to just put it at 20 anyways.
Okay.
But, either way, man, took care of business, man. So chalk that up. That was good. Obviously, we was in here on Thursday. That was also a good night for the boys. So, you know what I'm saying? Like just don't, why you fake your hair, man? You don't even like Baker Mayfield. We did you a
Chris
favor.
Godwin should turn around a little sooner.
You don't even like Baker, bro. Why you being like that, man?
Man, they had it set up for that Hail Mary.
I don't know what you're
Just
talking about.
catch that ball.
I don't know
game
what you're
over.
talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is it was incomplete pass. So it was a great Thursday night. It was a great Saturday night.
That was close.
It was a great Thursday night. It was a great Saturday night. I love the fact that it's the game of inches. It's a beautiful part. It's the game of inches.
You know what? I do have a Bills question for you.
Oh,
I don't know if you want to talk about it now or later.
Lord. I know you got something janky. Come on, man. Give me your janky Bills
Not
question.
janky at all.
Because I know you just seen the movie just picked up.
Yeah. And
Playoff Lenny.
Well,
Okay.
all right. I'll
Okay.
ask you then.
Uh-huh.
Are the Bills trying to make another move? Because your boy Jeremy
Oh,
Fowler
yeah. I already seen the report.
says Elum is on the block.
Uh-huh.
Teams are interested.
Yeah, rightfully so, man.
You have the inside scoop on them.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers. How we looking?
If we're being real about it, bro, we don't want him.
Talk to me. From what I was reading, it's not a good scheme fit for Elum. Maybe if he came to Pittsburgh, though, could we scheme him up a little better?
They say it's a scheme fit when you're high-end pick, bro. We've had this conversation with our old first rounders that have not really panned out. And we started talking, is the scheme, is Devin Bush a 3-4 versus a 4-3 guy?
Well, I thought you were talking about Najee.
See, you can bring him up as well, right? Like, that's the conversation up there. That's also part of the reason why when you're talking about the cornerback market, and it's like not only do, the Bills look to potentially ship Kyer, but they also are looking into bringing something in. So, yeah. But just fan to fan here, bro, that ain't the one you want, bro. That ain't the one you want.
Late round pick, low risk, high reward.
Hey, look, sometimes a fresh beginning is
Maybe
dope.
he needs some tutelage under Pat P.
Listen, sometimes a fresh start
Yeah.
is great for you. You got to remember, though, it's
What's
not a
the max you'd
it's
give
not a
up?
fresh start for me. This is like if
Right.
I'm talking to you right now about Levi Wallace, except take the picks away.
Would you do a Levi Wallace for Elum swap?
I would.
Just clean swap.
If I'm Buffalo, I would 100%. And that's letting you know.
And we might do that too because
Okay.
Tomlin just said Joey Porter Jr. has done enough to start going
we would
forward.
literally take Levi back in a heartbeat. He would be up there starting, bro. And he would be just fine. Absolutely. Because what they're asking, Levi could do without a doubt. But for some reason, my man, young Elum, is just, he struggles at times. But it's not just that
That might not be a bad trade.
Like I said, I feel like because you haven't been a part of them, you see it as glass half full. That's the only thing.
I'm just thinking even at this point, I might even take Pierre over Wallace if Elum didn't work out. Pierre showed me some stuff.
Did he show you so much more than what Levi showing you?
Well, especially with JP being
Okay.
pronounced the starter now by Tomlin.
Okay.
He said he's done enough to start going forward. Now,
Yeah.
I guess then the conversation turns to Pat P versus Levi Wallace, Pierre, and then if you brought an Elum in for Wallace,
Yeah.
like, what does that look like?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not bashing Elum. I just don't think for what we're specifically looking for, we're looking for an upgrade over Levi Wallace. That's specifically what we're talking about.
Right.
I just don't feel like Elum is an upgrade over Levi, bro. If we being real.
I
Like,
can
think-
understand that. I guess I'm talking
Yeah.
about future upside type of stuff.
So like but you also got to think the system, right? Elum up there right now, at times has been forced to play starter caliber minutes, be cornerback 1 or cornerback 2, but those matchups haven't been as good for him. Whereas at least for Levi, you get the occasional play. You might even get a pick here. You haven't got none of that. And then the difference is when they bring it up, he has an excuse for it. So it's like, once again, when we talk to Devin Bush to an extent, and it's like, dang, dude, like,
I mean, this
part
is
of that was on
really,
you, bro.
really early for a team to be moving off their first round
so
pick.
think about
Middle
it.
of his second
so if I'm
season.
trying to tell you, Deke, as a Bills guy, right? I'm putting on my Bills cap now. If I'm trying to tell you, bro, I would gladly give you him for Levi Wallace. Think about it, bro.
Maybe Bills could send us a fifth rounder then
Nah,
too.
see, I ain't doing that now. Because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna kill us to just let him hang around. You feel me? With the hope of maybe you do hit the switch a year or two down the line. But in terms of for us right now, we're looking for somebody that we could plug in and is instantly better than what we have. He's not gonna be instantly better than what we have, bro.
What do you think the Bills are looking for Elum?
Bro, anything you get. You ain't,
Really?
bro,
Like a 6th-round pick.
bro, I don't think you understand
Oh,
what I'm
God.
trying to explain to you.
Let's just do it then, just to bring him on. Change the scenery.
Cool.
Let's just do the 6th-rounder, 7th-rounder.
That's fine. I just feel like when you
No expectations for Elum. Well, I'll have 0.
You say that, and
Zero.
then when
He'll be like Darius Rush for me.
But you know what happens? Then when they do the draft a year from now, and then we pick a guy up in Buffalo, and then to do the whole 2 years later, they're like, hey, this was the player they got because of this move, and then you'll be the main one sitting here like, man, I can't believe we did that. That was stupid, bro. I can't believe this dude, man. Look at this guy right here. We made that pick for this dude. Come on, Deke. You know you would, bro.
I won't do that.
You know for a fact.
A 6th or 7th rounder for a former first rounder with some talent. I'll take that chance. I could live with that. A 6th or 7th rounder. But Bills would do that, is what you're saying. They would accept it.
Okay.
And that's not a Tomlin McDermott discount. That's not a friend discount.
I literally was doing a vid where I'm talking
Oh
about
my
what
God.
corners do we go get, because it's like, yo, you're in win now mode. So if you're in win now mode, who cares? Go get you one of these guys. It doesn't matter what it costs. Different conversation than what we talk here in Pittsburgh. We specifically try to find an upgrade for this. Right now, we about to give up a pick just to bring in something to kick the tires on that we might, at the end of the day, be like, yo, Pierre, y'all kind of what? He just was the first rounder. He just a little bit more sexy in terms of athleticism. I'm not giving up on it, but I just think if we're bringing him here, we got to understand the expectation, bro.
I'd have 0. Until he started playing and maybe he saw a good thing or two.
So then what's the point of bringing him in? Just to bring him? Because I'm like, are we trying to make a move to help us out now? Or we just bringing something in just to bring it in?
Pat P's the Jedi Master.
All right.
He'll teach him his ways.
Respect.
Get another Avatar type of corner in here. That's the model we're looking for.
Yeah, he in terms of athleticism, you got that. I'm not taking that away. I'm just saying in terms of the production.
So he's been that bad up in Buffalo.
Deke, there were times where he
That's
wasn't getting
crazy.
the helmet as a rookie first
Well,
rounder, bro.
he just got inactive.
Okay, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. And he's not injured. It's healthy scratch, because it's like literally, bro, everything could be going fine. It's like, bro, you're the one they're targeting. You're the one they circle and say, hey, attack him. I'm just telling you from watching these games, bro. I don't personally want to watch it for the blue or red, and they got to watch it in the black and gold. And now we got way different expectations. And I'm like, bro, do you know what was just going over here? Like, usually it's different because I don't have that vibe ahead of time. It's like, oh, yeah, man, kick the tires up. Yeah. But with this one, I'm just like, I kind of know it. I done seen it. I get why they do what they do to it. And sometimes they've even tried the whole, yo, let's make him inactive, and maybe that'll motivate him. And it's like, nothing, bro. I don't know. Very talented, though. But that's also the part where you're like, man, just because you're athletic, it doesn't mean you're going to be a productive player at this level. You got to do all the little things.
So you don't even think McDermott would let Tomlin trade for him?
I mean,
Just like a bro code type of thing.
If it was bro code, he would probably talk to him like I just talked to you. If we don't care and he don't mess with him, oh, Deke, you can have this cat, bro. Give me a 4 for him, bro. He a former first round. It's a year removed, man. What you talking about? He's healthy. He's young.
You said they'd
Great
take a 7th,
size. Nope. No. But give me a 3rd for him, bro. Former first round.
Bro code, though.
Well, see, that's the con. We're like, what are we on, man? Catch my drift? That's my thing. I'm just like, that one, the way we say, hey, would you take a 4th and Levi Wallace for Sertan? Would you take this and a Mason Rudolph for that? Like, that's the Kyrie Elum part. It's like, yo, would you take this and him for it? Can we get that player instead? Yeah.
I'm saying just a 7th-round pick, though, not a 7th and Levi. You would do a 7th-round pick for Elum right now.
I don't think you understand. Like, this is the scenario, bro. So it's like this, right? If we're, because this is the thing. If you're that pressed on moving him, you have to look at it as you're looking at him like you want to get him.
So do the Bills
We
view
don't view
Elum
him
like
that.
we viewed Gunner?
Not to the same extent, but
Because we would take a 7th-round pick for him immediately. Or Kendrick Green. That would be another example.
to an extent, yes. But at the same time, they're not going to give him away just because of that part of him being a year removed. But in all seriousness, man, they are not tripping. Best offer, bro, and they're going to roll with it because they understand what this is. And you can either keep lying to yourself or keep telling yourself that it's going to change, or you cut your loss. And as you can see, when they start inactivating the dude healthy scratch, year 1 and year 2 as a first rounder, bro, they are not just doing that. Think about of first rounders. Think about first rounders here, bro. The good ones and even the not good ones. Bro, they gonna get every opportunity, are they not? Even to the point where we'll be like, bro, why are they still out here at times?
Yeah.
They not even doing that. They passed that, bro. And that's what they do it. That's internally. We not even talking about, oh, man, they ain't playing. It was like, no, they're not dressing him, bro. It's different, man.
And Buffalo's not a quick to move off early draft pick type of team, traditionally.
Bro, not like, bro, we're talking literally. I don't even think my man has got 20, 30 games total, bro. Like, in terms of, like, played activated, man. So, to an extent, they know kind of what they see. And it's like, yo, we're doing different things to try to see if this is going to piss you off. We're doing different things to see, okay, will this get you fired up? Will this make you play better? And he has talent. We're not saying he's not talented. Very talented. That's why he was the first rounder. But how many talented dudes have we seen come through Pittsburgh alone? And it's like, bro, talent doesn't always equal production. It doesn't always equal being a good player. You just look good, you know, in the underwear Olympics. And I think that's part of what's going on right now. I'm hoping, as a Bills fan, that he does have that light switch hit. But at the same time, it's like, you got to believe what you see when you keep seeing it. And that's the part where I'm at. You're not there because you haven't had to see it like that. I have been at times. So
yeah, this wasn't like, the reaction I was expecting. I thought I'd at least get a. Yeah, it didn't work in Buffalo, but yeah, why not? Low risk, high reward.
Like, I feel bad talking about it because the Buffalo connection. But I'm like, yo, we're talking Bills to Steelers. Like, yeah, we know what our expectation and what we would be really looking for. And even though you've walked it down a little bit, still, the nation ain't gonna walk that down. They gonna say that's a former first round pick from 2 years removed, bro. He's ready to go. We got to upgrade over Levi Wallace.
I would legit view him as Darius Rush coming in day one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe inactive, may not get a helmet.
No,
but who knows? Who knows?
I feel like
not only for this year, but next year.
I don't think a lot of Steelers Nation would view it like that. I think a lot of Steelers Nation would literally say he's the former first rounder. Throw him out there, bro.
Yeah. I would get that.
Yeah. But it's also not all the way his fault. Trey White getting hurt the way that Trey White has gotten hurt. No, it's just development, right? When we talk about taking your time with players, this is also a part of it. Trey White being hurt has also affected him. He's had to play a lot more significant roles than maybe he was ready to play. Kind of like when we talk JPJ, right?
Right.
Think about where we're at in the season now, and this was his first big, like, yo, he's the guy the whole time. He wasn't doing that week 1, week 2. While he was still trying to, you know, small sample size, build it up. So it's like, yo, we haven't had to deal with a lot of negativity surrounding him. That wasn't the case with Elum. Elum is like, bro, you kind of got to go right now. And then it's like, all right, you're drowning right now. What can we do? Okay, let's pull him out. All right, let's take the helmet off of him. Dang, now we done killed his confidence. Now you throw him back out there. Now it's like, yo, is he planning to not make a mistake, or is he just not caring? Like, we don't know right now. You see what I'm saying? But because you threw him out there when you did, you don't got that choice. You got to kind of rock with it. And there's Rocky.
And the expectation for Elum is if White gets hurt,
you're the guy.
This is why we draft you in the first round.
Go be the guy.
To be our franchise corner anyway.
Absolutely, bro.
It's just a little bit earlier than we thought.
Yeah. But at this level, I mean, we're even seeing it with Kenny. First rounder, right? We can go down the list of all first rounders. It's like, yo, it takes time.
Jonathan Stevens is calling him Burns 2.0.
Artie's my guy. You feel me? So that's why I'll be wanting to talk about it. But it's like, I get it. I promise you I do. Maybe it's the Florida state. I don't know, bro.
Florida.
Yeah, maybe it's just that state. Yeah. Just gotta be careful. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you meant Florida State Seminole.
No. Like
Burns, Miami.
Yeah.
Elum, Florida. Yeah.
It's just that whole state right now. I'm just like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting.
They said other corners, I'm with you. Like if you're talking
Bears,
right. Was it Jones? Or
Johnson for the Bears.
Johnson, excuse me, that.
Oh, he got beat yesterday.
But they still gonna get paid, bro. He's still gonna be good. But that's my thing. It's like if we're talking,
he'd be an upgrade for us right now.
If we're talking one of those guys, I think they're legitimate upgrades for what we're looking for, and I think they answer what we need the most. Elum, I think we got to look at as, yo, this is just a super low risk, high reward type 2-year rental. Like we not tripping on it. If it doesn't play, we got to know this going in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe it turns into a Pierre where it's like, remember Pierre took a couple years, then he was starting for us at one point. Every time he's getting an opportunity, he still makes plays in some capacity. So it's like, okay, maybe that change of scenery, sit for a little bit. Now he has that, second career type situation. But we just got to understand that going into it. But once again, this is me as the athlete talking. Most of the time, we know the fans go see him as the former first rounder, and that's the expectation.
Well, thanks for giving me the inside scoop.
But I like him, though, because, full blood. I like that. Definitely like it. But if we want to do the swap, I would definitely swap Levi for him today. Like, no questions asked. We could do that. Like, no problem. You don't even got to send a draft pick if you don't want to, bro. We could just swap that out,
That makes
bro.
me think we should just keep Levi, though.
You catch what I'm saying? I would love Levi Wallace in Buffalo right now. Okay, for a fact. If Levi's in Buffalo right now, I think he's viewed way differently, bro. Way differently.
Well, maybe Levi could be a better CB3 for us than CB2.
Yeah.
Because JP, if Tomlin holds true to his word, he's going to be our starter now.
I mean, when we talk about JP, man, we'll obviously dive in and talk about him a lot more once we get started, but I thought he played well, man. I thought
he was awesome.
I thought across the board he continues to show.
Lockdown, not getting cooked.
He's continuing to show the right development, man. And I think that you would much rather feel like we waited a week too late than you throw him out there too soon. And I'm looking at him right now. I'm like, bro, across the board, you look good. You looked physical. The moment wasn't too big. You weren't afraid to be yourself in terms of the one incomplete where he's like really rerouting Calvin, right? And it's probably like 5-7 yards downfield where typically like, all right, are they going to throw it? Are they not going to float it? They're going to leave it alone, all good. It was beautiful, though, to see like, yo, he's confident in himself. He's not turning around looking to see, are they going to call it? He's like, nah, bro, I'm me. I'm good. I like that type of stuff from him, man.
And I don't know exactly what people are saying on the ETN touchdown, but that was on Casey.
Yeah, it was covered too. Casey just misread it.
I thought he was going to pick it the way he jumped it. He just completely took a bad angle on it.
Misread it, man. That's it. I mean, you think about it. They scored 20 points, right?
Yeah.
That was their touchdown. Other than that, it's field goals.
Was it?
Think about it, bro.
They didn't have any other touchdown.
Think about it.
Really?
Think about it. They had the ETN touchdown.
Did they went for two?
Okay. ETN had the toss play.
They had 4 field goals. Yeah.
Because they were taking the field goals in the first half. 9-3? Should have been 9-6.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever you want to talk about the refs, let me know.
But you said, like, that was different. It's like, yo, the blow coverage is the touchdown.
I think one of the ref calls, too, got the Jaguars in field goal range. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that'd be a 6-point swing in the first half right there. Okay. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. But no, man, we'll definitely tap into this thing, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, bro, because we do got plenty to discuss with the game, man. And obviously, we know it's a short week, man. Thursday night football as well, man. So, update on the schedule. We'll obviously go today. We'll hit it on Wednesday, and then we're going to go on Friday morning, all right? Because obviously, the game is Thursday. All right, so just throwing it out there today. But, with that being the case, let's go ahead and start the show like how we always do. Let us know where you're tuning in from in the comment section so that way we can give you those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you have not done so just yet.
A lot of people in the chat.
Oh, no, they here today.
Monday.
They here today, bro.
We got Stan Claire grimacing and waving from the 905 Toronto.
Shout out. I get it, bro. I definitely do.
Tito, good vibes. 817 Fort Worth, Texas, funky town. Chef Buck, Moon Township.
Shout out to Moon Township one time.
Fun 6000, 904 Jacksonville. Great interview at the stadium, Moats.
Oh, no, salute you, man. Yeah,
the Blyer interview.
The Rocky Block, bro. I swear that I thought the Peasy crowd was crazy. Bro, this Rocky crowd was insane, bro. It was insane. Packed out, man. But shout out to Rock, man. Anytime Rock could get it, he started telling his stories, bro. Yeah. It was just like, yo, just roll the ball out. Just give him the mic. He got us today.
Did you ask him about Kenny?
I never got a chance to, bro. Like I said, we got about, I usually come in about 8 to 10 questions deep. It's Rocky. I probably got about 4 in. And at one point, we thought we was going to have like multiple fan questions. I think we got to like the second question. And he told a story. And yeah. So, yeah. It was dope though. It
Hey,
was
you
fire
still getting
stories.
paid the same either way, right?
Hey man, chill out. Don't do me like that, bro. Shit, I was like, all right, hey man.
I
Don't worry
feel
about
like
the questions today, bro.
That's a great vibe for you.
It's like back and forth though, because it's like certain things I personally want to know, and then other stuff I'm like, all right, this is a question for like the fans. They gonna want to know this. But yeah, yes, it was like, yeah, we didn't get to any of that, bro. My man's just going. I love it though, because when he gets going, like he's on. So he's like acting out the story, like full on performing. I'm like, yep, don't even worry about it, guys. We're good. We're good. Yep. But that's my dog though, man. Love Rock, man. Awesome cat right there. But yeah, man, salute you. And it was a ton of y'all that pulled up yesterday too, man. Salute each and every one of y'all that we ran into, man. And then also on the watch party, man. Y'all was tapped in for that as well, man. Definitely had a blast with y'all, man.
I'll say a few more. Colton Choi Fu, Honolulu, Hawaii. Aloha, my brothers.
Let's go. Let's go.
Richard Arbizo, the 310, Carson, California. Wish we could have got the dub for the Hall of Honor, SMH.
Nah, big facts, man. Big facts. But I say got Debo out there showing off all his muscles in the back of his head and his neck. And y'all got him out here catching an L on Debo Day. That's crazy.
They used him yesterday.
Come on, bro. No, hey, man. He big strong. He had the crowd fired up, too, man. Definitely had it fired up out there.
Donald Copeland, 412 Hill District.
Let's go. Shout out to the Hill
Can the
District.
defense get help? I have so many things to say.
We gonna get it. We gonna get it. All right, let me I'm gonna name a couple of these real quick. And that way we roll on in. All right. We got Brandon Griffin. Shout out to Brandon Griffin. Tuning in from the 864 Greenville, South Carolina. SD Ninja 619. Little 619 San Diego in the house. Beautiful San Diego, might I add. Can't forget Jerry tuning in from the 3260 tuning in from the 941 Sarasota, Florida. And then the last one that we will shout out, Leah Warren, tuning in from the 254 Killeen, Texas. And she says she's Michael Jordan crying right now. I get it. It was one of them ones. It's definitely one of them ones, man. It's definitely one of them ones. But all right, Deke, let's.
Well, before we get into anything,
okay.
Man Stefan dropped $100 here.
Oh, I totally missed that.
What he has to say first.
Stop the beep, 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 beep. Bad alert. He said, all right, he got something he want to say. So you know what, man? When you drop it like that, man, of course we stop said show. It's your time now. Stefan, what you want to talk about today?
Says off
and
topic.
we do greatly appreciate you from the heart, might I add.
But do you guys think Saquon can be traded? I think he would be a scary fit with two division rivals, the Ravens and the Browns, both who I think should be interested. Peace.
Man, first off, salute you. Second off, yes, I think Saquon could be traded. I think the Ravens have already been linked to Saquon. I just don't know what the ask is.
They'd maybe have the money or the cap flexibility to make it work if they didn't sign Odell. What a waste.
To an extent, I'm with you. But at the same time, I think if they're just trying to do the whole, 1 year, let's see what you could do, Saquon, to finish this thing out. Because you're only on the hook right now for
I'm sure they can make it work. I'm
just
saying if they didn't give that money to Odell, I'm sure they'd have some more cap flexibility.
Yeah.
Right? And being able to bring in Saquon.
I'm with you on that. Odell still at times make people feel weird though when you're on the field with him as a defender because you've seen him do enough. So sometimes that still does have an effect. Not saying that it's worth however much money they want to be, but to an extent, it's like, bro, that's still Odell. You still know it's capable of doing certain things, man.
I get why they took the flyer on him.
Yeah.
It felt like an overpay at the time. Now it's just
it
an
still
egregious
is an overpay. Yeah, it was overpaid. It is definitely an overpay.
Yeah, I thought around 9 or 10 was reasonable, right. But they went 15 up to 18 in incentives. He's definitely not getting the incentives.
Because the name, you know that. The name is what gets the 15 in the incentives. We know that. But in terms of Saquon, though,
well, last time we saw him was him cooking in the Super Bowl and him cooking for the Rams. That's the thing. He had that huge layoff, and you didn't know, and now we kind of know.
Yeah.
I think he's past his time.
I know. That's like the thing. It's like, yo, it's 6 games, man. You're right the ball. I look at it. I'm saying, bro, just give him some time. I ain't tripping. Give him some time. Say it was a long time, man. Like you talked about. Sometimes just take a little time, man. Take a little time.
Now, what do you think of Saquon, though?
Man, I think if I'm Baltimore, you should be doing whatever you can to get Saquon, or to an extent, whatever you I think you should be doing a lot more than what a lot of other teams are doing to get Saquon, just because your Saquon, in terms of J.K. Dobbins, got hurt. So you're still missing a critical piece to your offense. And, yeah, I think for Saquon, he would cook a lot more running the ball with a Lamar-style offense than with Danny Dimes right now. Now, in terms of Saquon.
Not even Danny Dimes.
Or, excuse me.
Tyrod
but Tyrod got hurt.
QB3.
Tyrod got hurt. When Tyrod's out there, they cook. When Tyrod's out there, they cook. Ain't no tripping. He just got hurt. He got the rib thing like Kenny right now, man. It's a little rib-demic going on right now, man. Yeah.
What'd they say with Kenny? It's not broken?
No structural damage, so they said it is a chance that he could still play on Thursday. They needed to see him.
Is he just bruised there then? Is that what it is?
Man, I just don't know how you felt about it if it was just a bruise.
I don't know what the structural damage means. Does that mean it's not broken?
Yeah, no structural damage means, there's no fractures. No, I'm assuming it's just cartilage that might be a little messed up and some bruising, but no structural damage means no fractures, nothing is broken. So, yeah.
Why are you asking it like that?
See, stop it, bro. Stop it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna just say
I'm
this.
sure people are coming out with some blazing hot takes
yes,
right now.
because they question if this was 7, for example. Is he catch my drift? That's why it's like I left it alone. I'm just like, that's what they said. I don't know other than that, bro. That's just what they said, with no structural damage.
I don't think that's got to be an indictment on Kenny being a tough dude or not, one way or another, because that's 7. We're talking different levels to toughness here.
This is a you thing. This is not a me thing. This is a you thing. You know that, bro.
I'm not questioning Kenny's toughness, but if you did pose the question, was 7 out there? I know where my money's on. Because
literally a lot of people I've seen a good amount of people bring up durability. That was my, I'm just like, we can't act like, he's planning to get hurt or this is supposed to happen.
Right.
Shoot, if anything, questionable calls again, just lack of consistency. The Trevor Lawrence, you flag that.
Oh my God.
And then you don't flag Kenny's when he gets hurt. That's part of my issue. You feel me? Like, those are 2 big inconsistencies, and one that you flag was way more egregious.
These refs were terrible.
The one that you didn't flag was way more egregious than the one that you did flag. So that was, part of that issue.
Neil let up on
That's what
Lawrence.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He let up.
You look at when Kenny gets hit, my man is literally hanging on him and still like doing all the extra to bring him. And I'm like, bro, you didn't hit him. The ball was gone. It was clear. Like, you're just doing extra right now. And the ref literally doesn't call it. So once again, I'm like, are we going to sit here and say that Kenny is not durable or he's fragile because of that, when technically that shouldn't even be a part of this thing, man?
Literally should be a penalty.
No.
In today's NFL.
Right. The way that they do it today.
The way that they called it. Because I'm not calling for that to be roughing the passer. That looks like a football hit to me.
I'm not calling that or Keanu. But if you're going to call Keanu, you got to call that one. That's all I'm saying. And we take it week by week, right? Remember Coach Tom a week ago said, I didn't know the referees were going to be calling it like this. Because we said every week, referees have a different type of vibe, a different feel, and it takes some time. You're like, all right, are they calling this thing tight and aggressive today? Are they kind of letting us play today? Are they being sticklers for them like weird rules like we saw yesterday, right? Hey, you were lined up. Your guard was lined up in the neutral zone on a field goal.
The problem is that didn't happen.
I know.
It literally didn't happen. All of our guys were behind the yellow line.
But once again, we're talking about just certain things that are emphasized by certain crews or emphasized at times in the league. That's the stuff that as players, we have to adjust to because, we know the referee called it and it wasn't supposed to be called. Fine. But at the same time, they called it. So your response as a player is you can either sit here and complain to these refs and they keep calling it and it doesn't help you and we still get the same outcome, or you got to make it where it's crystal clear. There is no conversation about it. There is no debate. Or you blatantly be just, we always call it like a respectable asshole. You look at them every single time and say, hey, ref, you learned their name. You call their name every single time. Hey, I'm talking to you specifically. Am I good? Because if you can't tell me I'm good right now, then let me know where I need to be then, right? But if you are telling me I'm good, then I don't want to hear no nonsense about a flag or nothing once this play starts. But there are referees that you got to do that to. Bro, it was a time when Bud used to play here, him and TJ. You would see Bud look like a wide receiver every time he'd line up because he had got flagged before. So he was like, you know what, Bumpus, I'm tired of this. He look at the referee every single time like a wide receiver. point to him as an outside linebacker. So it's like certain things, if you know, man, they tripping today, or man, they got the chance that this crew is tripping, sometimes you got to do that type of stuff. It just sucks that ours happened on a scoring play. I've seen them call that call in the Philadelphia Eagles game, but it was on a QB sneak. I've seen, I think, definitely the Bills game. They called it in the Bills game on this QB sneak. That was the first time I've ever seen it called on a field goal, bro.
The problem is, too, he
I've
wasn't
never seen that
in the neutral zone.
I'm with you.
They showed it.
I'm with you. But I literally every time I've seen them try to call it, they're like, yo, he's close enough. He's in the neutral. And you're like, yo, he's really not. But because they're close, they're like, nope, we're going to throw this flag. And it's their point of emphasis this season. So that's why we've seen it pop up. This was just the first time it happened on a scoring play. So that's why it's like, bro, man, you see now, when we complained about it over here, y'all say, yo, it don't matter because he got the first down a couple plays later. Now it's a scoring play. Now Pittsburgh, we see what's going on, bro. And it's like, yo, this is crazy. But for a fact, that happened about 2-3 weeks ago in Buffalo, man.
If anything,
you're like, bro, what is this, man?
Jaguars dude was offsides. His helmet was over the line.
All right.
I saw the screenshots online.
You see what I'm saying? I'm like,
insane.
What are we doing,
insane.
man?
Yeah,
what
9-6 going into halftime.
Yeah.
Could have been a whole different story. Now, I think Kenny getting hurt was the biggest impact on the rest of the game.
But 9-6 after a 55-yard field goal from Boz, bro, we know what we felt like when he kicked that.
Yeah.
Bro, we had crazy momentum, man. We like, yo, we feel great right here.
2 good little drives by the offense, back to back. Well, one wasn't little. One was 90 yards.
So it's like, man, we were right. You know, it's how it is sometimes.
You're preaching to the choir here, man. I feel like Kenny getting hurt really killed us.
I mean, to an extent,
I think if Kenny's playing that game, we win. I felt really calm in the first half. Now, again, yes, I would have liked the offense to be better, put more points up, yada, yada. But I'm sitting there smiling. Jaguars only have 9. Trevor Lawrence throwing these picks. Jaguars keeping us around. Oh, Boz hits this field goal, 9-6. Or even if that call still stands, it's 9-3. We're winning the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny clutch. And if anything, I was even more confident because I saw the offense starting heating up in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the offense this year has been heating up third quarter, fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Kenny got hurt. And the refs suck.
Oddly enough, though, for me, man, I still saw improvement.
I did, too.
Yeah. I just feel like the injury definitely changed the dynamic because now, no different than when Mika gets hurt. It just changes the cast of characters, and now we all have to adjust to who is out there. We saw the adjustment with it being KZ on the one play. Flip side, we saw with Mitch. Make some good plays, but the difference between Mitch and Kenny right now, Mitch is a lot more aggressive and has gotten him in trouble. And we see that that has continued since he shifted to being on the bench. So, once again, it's like when we talk about adjusting to different people, adjusting to different pros and cons to a person in the game, that can be challenging, as we saw. It's like, man, you got the drive where you get the touchdown, the GP, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Start to have another drive, good. But then you get too aggressive. And that's the stuff where it's like, you got to understand
when he didn't
the
have
scenario.
to be either.
Right.
I think it was like second and short.
Yeah.
Throw it up in triple coverage. What are you doing?
That's part of where we're at right now. Everybody's going to have their thing, man. Now, as I tell you every single week, you either figure out how to make it work with what you're dealing with, or when you keep doing the switch, I just feel like it keeps you in the same place. You never really get a chance to grow from it. That's just how I look at it. But I get the temperature. It can be kind of crazy, man.
Right. So yeah, here's the interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on the Fire Canada vibes because I don't think the first half for the offense, or the lack of the offense of production in the first half, was a Canada thing.
I saw a lot of misses, man, or just
Pickett missed
lack
throws,
of execution, man.
Deontay's dropping balls, lack of communication
bro.
between Pickett and Deontay. Pickett also missed the crosser to Pickens.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a Matt Canada thing. I'm sorry. There were some guys open.
Like, think about if
and
any
then
of those plays
here's
are
the problem.
too, it changes
People
the
will
flow.
bring up like the offense as a whole. We had 10 points for the whole game. The offense didn't look particularly great in the second half, but
rightfully, yeah.
Kenny got hurt, so I can't give like a full grade or full report card on this game. The easy answer is yes, the offense needs to be better, Fire Cannon and all that. I just don't think yesterday was one of those games where I'm coming in with that energy on Monday as like my main priority.
Yeah.
I don't think that. If you want to talk about Canada's body of work, sure. This is another one where the offense underperformed. But if you're watching the game, that wasn't because of Canada, if that makes sense. I think that was more of a player thing yesterday. I really believe that.
That's how I felt. It was the weirdest thing. I was looking at first. I'm like, shout out to Deontay. He just came on the show. I'm like, the first 2 plays, you give me the drop, and then you slip low key. Like, dang, bro. Like,
you think that was more of a slip in the end zone then?
No. I'm talking about on the out route. It like bounced off the receiver's or bounced off the DB's chest.
Oh yeah, Kenny threw it. Yeah, that was I thought it was miscommunication. You thought it was Deontay
I thought he slipped
Same
out
thing.
the break. Yeah. So I'm like,
obviously Kenny wasn't thrown to the DB on
right.
purpose.
Heck no. But I'm like, yo, it just came off like rough. But then I love the fact that DJ really stepped up. I thought he
had some amazing
responded insanely.
They
bro.
couldn't stop him one series in the second quarter. I think Kenny had like 5 or 6 completions
right
to him
side,
for
left
50 or
side,
60
right
yards.
side, left side. Mm-hmm. When the end zone play, when he almost hit him in the end zone.
Yeah.
But it's like, once again, just near miss. DJ dropping the wide open first play, middle of the field. We talk about middle of the field, right? Literally, he dials up a beautiful call. It's a beautiful throw. To me, I said, man, it just sucks that while you're getting acclimated to the weather, that's your first throw, bro. In terms for Deontay. I'm like, as a player, we know that context. As fans, y'all don't care about it, and rightfully so, because we the professionals. You got to go out there and execute. But as soon as it happened, I'm like, I get it. I know exactly what it is. It sucks. This is real. And you saw even Jacksonville deal with it. And that's when you see them dudes, right? They started out with gloves on. Then everybody started like, yo, we got to take these gloves off. All right, we got to switch to these then. All right, let's try this. Because even though you could warm up in it, even though you could practice in it, it's just different when you compete and you going full speed. But it's like, yo, that doesn't matter. You still got to make the play. And that was the part that sucked. But I, like I said, was happy to see that not only did Kenny stick with him, and even when Mitch came in, stuck with him, but Deontay also responded right. You know what I mean?
He made one incredible catch on the sidelines.
Nah.
Incredible.
Bro, the one joint he had, it might have been on the Mitch drive when we went the 90.
Mitch was throwing
He
the
had
ball.
like the crazy third down like
Yeah,
that. I'm
I
like,
think that's the
bro,
one I'm talking
what?
about.
Yeah. I love the one play where Pickens actually got the rock and jumped over the guy and scored. I'm like, bro, we needed to feature him more. That's the part. I'm like, we still don't have the balance of the targets just yet. Love DJ. He gets open without a doubt. 14 targets, 5 targets. We can't have 5 for GP. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's too explosive to just be there. And that's the thing, man. But it was weird, bro. It was weird because I do feel like, man, we had some dope calls. I felt like we had some opportunities where we moved it. But then we also saw where it was
Kenny and
still a little
Deontay
bit
were
on us.
unstoppable on that 90-yard drive.
Seriously, bro. Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, and then we got it at least in field goal range for Boz. I'm like, all right, yeah, we're going to be cooking second half. Like, don't worry about this.
But this is also...
And yes, that's not to take away. Kenny missed some throws in the first half, but I'll take those misses in the first half and then him starting to cook in the second half.
Because you're going to connect them in the second.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you could tell they were starting to get that flow. They were starting to get that momentum as an offense. Nah. And what was cool about it is that was sooner than anything we've seen this season. That was second quarter.
We usually got to wait to the end of the third or middle of the fourth.
The problem is it could have been the first play of the game if Deontay just catches the ball. I'm sorry.
It could have been the first play. It could have been the second. Think about it. He went to it twice in the first
Chooks
three.
had that holding, too. That would have negated it. But, that was a nice play by Kenny. Roll out Deontay.
Look, you had the 2 DJ, and then you had the GP on the deep over. It's like, man, we had multiple plays early on that were, like, available. And that's the part where I was like, all right, Canada, I even like how aggressive you are calling it and trusting Kenny to even put the ball where he's supposed to do it. Everything was there. But we literally could name 1, 2 different people in both of them scenarios. And it's like, this is the young part of our team. This is the part when we're saying we're not just showing up and just hop off the bus, we're good to go. It takes us a little bit longer to just get it. But we're seeing the improvement. We're seeing it, and we're going along the way. It just sucks that he gets hurt.
I saw it this game. Yeah, it just sucks we only got a half of our starting quarterback out there.
So now you got to go through the
It's a big deal.
And now you go through the phase of, all right.
He's QB1 for a reason is what I'm saying. There's a reason Mitch is the backup.
We've already believed in Kenny from jump. So if this was the vibe, this is the vibe. Whenever you switch the leader of the team or the face that's driving it, there are going to be ripples. And like we talked about with Mitch, it's just a different vibe right now. Now, if he has to go again on Thursday, the hope is that you understand, bro, you don't have to always be aggressive now. I get it. You don't want to be the super conservative that you were when you first got opportunity to start here.
Now, yeah, he's just.
But
been getting
right
stupid
now,
with it
you're
at
like
times.
almost like it's like the Josh Allen reckless. It's like, bro, you don't just because you got a big arm don't mean you got to throw it down in the middle of the field versus Tampa 2 and there's nothing on the backside holding that safety, bro. Like that's what he did. But that's basically you saying my arm is better than middle field runner, backfield
Meanwhile,
safety.
he threw a wobbler there.
Yeah.
There was no heat on that.
But just think of the confidence though. Like that's when you talk arrogance with your arm, bro. That's an arrogant throw. You're basically saying this middle runner don't matter, and this safety who has nobody over here to do anything. There was no route over on that backside to hold him. You're basically saying, bro, my arm is good enough that I can put this right in that window, bro. It's craziness. It's kind of like when Brock Purdy hit, was that Debo? When Cole Holcomb was the middle runner, and Cole should have picked it, and we're like, bro, Cole, how you ain't get that?
Well, his magic's run out.
You see, all right.
Yeah.
It's the NFL, bro. It's the NFL.
A lot of parody going on in the
It's
NFL
the
right now.
NFL, bro. It's the NFL, man. Yeah. It's real like that, bro. You go through your waves. You go through your little phases, man.
It just sucks that Kenny's hurt again. Mm-hmm. We get a loss in this one when I thought it felt like we were going in the right direction in this game. And again, people probably don't want to hear it because of the result of the game. We lost 20-10, but I really felt we were doing good things. We were making improvements, but then the injury to Kenny, you start in a way back to zero. Or you just have a ton of uncertainty now.
It changes everything.
When are you going to be back? When are you going to be good and healthy, Kenny? Even because you could come back, or you still going to be banged up, or you going to be limited.
Literally, I was pissed because I was like, not only do
and then
we
Minka
lose,
gets hurt too.
I'm like, not only do we lose both Kenny and Minka, but it's a Thursday game.
Yeah.
So it's the short week. So now I'm like, okay, if you are out there, like you just said, what is your full level of health? Because you weren't good enough to even come back this game. So it's like, dang, now we talking about the short week. I don't anticipate us having Mink out there because he looked like he had the legit pull. Yeah, but I said like a legit pull. When you see the dude go down and grab, that's the difference between what DJ, Pat, and Mink. That boy went down with the grab. I'm like, oh, that's the bad one. That's the real one. So probably gonna be some time with him. Probably be some time. Which sucks, man. Right. Because we saw on the back end when as soon as he came out, now Killebrew is out there more, KZ plays more, and obviously Keanu Neal. Now you look at
the Terrell Edmonds deal should be more prevalent now than before.
I was about to say right now.
I thought in the game or two that Minka missed last year when it had to be Edmonds and KZ, we did good.
I would
the
agree.
Safeties were fine.
I would agree, bro.
Because Edmonds could open things up for KZ to be that ball hawk that he is.
Exactly.
That's what he's known for.
Yeah. But right now, we kind of playing dudes like, yo, I know you're great at this, but I need you to do this as your main thing right now because I want both of y'all on the field, which we understand. Like you said, there's pros and cons. KZ caught the pick, right? It was good to see him use that athleticism, that ball hawk ability, go high point it. But that's some of the pros and cons to what we've been doing on that back end. I look at Miles Killebrew when he got out there. He ended up giving up the catch, I think it was to Kirk. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, he didn't do anything wrong on paper. Outside leverage, it was cover one with a blitz. Don't get beat across your face. Don't get beat across your face, right? So he has good leverage initially, but he's not the athlete like some of these other dudes. So literally, it's like inside, and I'm going to just stand right back outside and get right to where I need to. But on paper, as the DB, like, well, technically you did your job. But he's not the caliber player of a Minka and a KZ. So it's like when you lose Minka, now you start to have, because of how personnel, like package related we are at times, these are some of the things that will pop up a little bit more. So I started to feel like that about the Edmonds thing. Like, yo, if that's available, maybe we need to go call and just see what that's about. Because we got the familiarity, but that's the other part.
Literally week of the game we play the Titans.
I'm like, the timing is horrendous. That's the part, bro. The timing is horrendous. But I'm like,
and they're coming off a win, and I feel like once you come off a win, like the Broncos,
you don't want to
they just beat the Chiefs.
You feel good about your situation.
Are we sure all their players are available like that now?
You start feeling good about your situation,
Russ
bro.
is playing good.
Yeah. And literally, I look at it, I'm like, Edmonds would be perfect right now, man. Edmonds would be perfect right now.
Absolutely. I mean, we were talking about him being perfect
even
with
before
Minka.
He got hurt. Yeah,
with Minka. But now, without Minka, makes it even more pressing for us, bringing some safety up. Because outside of KZ and Neal, I don't even know how good I feel about that combo as the starters.
Okay. Because it's a difference when you're talking about them as a part of a rotation. When you're talking about them using them in certain situations versus y'all are the every down players. If we came into this season and we said our starting safeties are Keanu Neal and DeMonte Casey, bro, we do not feel as confident as when we talk about having Minkah Fitzpatrick back there and whoever. Or Minkah and Edmonds, right? That's what we about to walk into right now, barring, some type of roster movement. And like I said, we can still make it work. But when we talk about that margin for error getting even smaller now, we see it. It's like
Buda Baker.
If he's available, I ain't tripping on him. But that's a high-end piece. I think Edmonds is like within the price range. Like, we ain't really trying to cut nothing crazy. It's familiar. We already know. We not questioning who's the alpha back there. We know it's you. We know it's Minkah. Buda's alpha, bro. Buda's the man. Buda runs his secondary. Not saying there will ever be any issues like that, but I'm just saying in the sense of like you pay the guy to run it, right? Buda's the guy he's the guy that runs something. Minkah's the guy that runs something,
Hit these supers.
Yeah, man.
See
Let's
what they
tap
gotta
in,
say.
bro. Let's tap in on the folks, man. Hey, shout out to y'all too, man. Hit that like button one time on the front of this thing, and don't forget to subscribe, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all being here today. Definitely do.
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot today. I'm bummed. I'm a little numb to just our style of play to this 2023 of offense underperforming, defense getting some splash, but then also
having moments.
Defense, just looking abysmal at times, giving up so much in the run game and giving up chunk passes. But at the same time, I can't be that down because I think our schedule is very easy going forward.
It is.
I think Jacksonville is legitimately a good team. We only lost to them by 10, and at one point with Mitch being the backup out there, we were only down 17-10, and he throws that stupid pick. You can make a
case if he's not overly aggressive, we're either
the refs were terrible too in this
bro.
game. I think the refs had, at least a 3 to 6 point swing in this game. So all that's in play. And this week we got the Titans, who on paper we should be. I mean, Vegas has us as the favorites.
Sure, we should win. It don't matter who out there, we should win, bro.
Packers at home the next game. You win those 2, you're at 6-3. The thing that sucks is just that Minkah got hurt and Pickett's hurt, so now there's uncertainty.
And it's the short week.
Yeah.
It's the short week. It's like if this was a Sunday game.
I'd be so much more confident if we had our full arsenal. Cam Hayward's coming back hopefully soon, and then Pat's getting healthy in the next 3-4 weeks.
Bro. Because as much as I would want Cam out there, I'm like, bro, I would need Cam. I don't want him back on a Thursday. I want him back on a Sunday. Like, take your time. But that's the funky part about where we're at right now with the schedule. So it's like, even though this is a very, very, very winnable game on paper, these type of injuries are what makes this game way more weirder than it needs to be on Thursday.
I know.
And that's the part that I personally don't
very,
like,
very
bro.
frustrating part about it.
Because prior to that Jags game, I'm like, bro, this Titans game is where I said, this is the test game to see how legitimate we are. And I'm like, I felt like we was going to show what we wanted to see.
Yeah, from what I saw, I think we're still there with our starters. Yeah. I think we're still legit. Right?
If you don't have your starters, that's no
particularly
different.
the starting quarterback.
But to me, that's no different when we looked at this offense and it didn't have starting pieces. And it's like, yo, you're missing main characters out here. Granted, you got the quarterback, but you're missing your characters. Like, it hurts you to an extent. And we even saw that when Deontay came back. It's like, oh, all right. Yeah, this dude does have an impact. So, yes, Kenny's the starter. Kenny takes the starter reps. He's the leader of this team. Him not being out there, man, yes, is going to have an effect. You can make a case, okay, Mitch got a stronger arm. Cool. But Mitch right now, too aggressive, whereas Kenny right now, I think is the better leader of the team as a quarterback.
And you're seeing him pull all these second half comebacks and step up in the clutch.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's no joke, in my opinion. That's why I was feeling confident with us going in the second half.
Like, in terms of just playing quarterback, he's doing that really well. Problem is, though, got hurt.
Bummer.
Yeah.
And these refs turned a blind eye to throwing the flag on it. That's the problem, too.
Yeah.
Because I want to blame the refs for Kenny getting hurt, but Kenny still would have got hurt either way.
He would have still got hurt either way, but it looked so unnecessary. And I think that's the issue. It was unnecessary, and y'all called one on Keanu in the same day on game.
A textbook tackle by Keanu now.
It's like how you called up.
Hit him in the torso,
one, bro.
And let up on him.
Time out. How'd you feel about the 10-second runoff, too? He fumbled it in bounds.
Fumble.
Right before the kick. Right before the field goal. I'm like, yo, this is weird, bro. Yeah.
I just took their word for it, but I'll take your word for it now, saying it's weird.
It's
yeah,
legit.
Add that to another janky ref
Listen,
thing from yesterday's
It
game.
was a legit call, but it was the weirdest at that time for them to call it. It's like, because he fumbled it going forward, you consider it him being tackled in bounds. And now since we don't use the timeout, it's a 10-second runoff. And we're just like, but dude, the fumble went out of bounds. He was going out of bounds. Everything was going out of bounds. It's like, yo, this is crazy. But I get why they, but this is once again, man, why I don't like or why I feel this weird way about referees. I always say it's kind of like law enforcement, bro. It's just a tough job, bro. It's a tough job. It's got some gray area. It is hard to always be right. And I think a lot of times that's why we typically have some issues with it, because like, yo, this don't look right. That inconsistent. How'd you figure this out? I'm just like, I just hate it, bro. I hate it, man.
Yeah, ultimately, I wouldn't say the refs were the sole reason we lost yesterday. We could have played better as a whole, but they didn't help. Nah. I know that. Steeler Nation on fire. I think this is the first Super, right?
Yes.
Send Mitch to the eye doctor. I got some good recommendations for a LASIK place he'd go. That would probably put him out of commission for a little bit.
Listen,
he'd have to rest up his eyes.
The eye doctor. Mitch need to go have a reduction, bro, because his cojones is too big right now, man. Think about his first throw. His first throw in the game, it was incomplete. His first throw is a bomb, bro. It's a bomb. I'm like, yo, Mitch, you on one. I love the energy, but bro, he just a little too dialed up right now. You got to just his little Madden settings. It's like aggression. It's like he's at 100 right now. You got to walk that thing back. I felt like early on it was at like 10, and that was part of the issue. We like, yo, you're not putting the ball out there. You're not taking any chances. Now it's an extreme. Like, just can I get 65% aggression? 70 if we gotta have it, but other than that, like, dial it back, man, because I don't feel like it would have been as bad, man. But when you throw that pick in that moment, it kills it. It hurts. That was the part we really was like, dang, this is like the one that kind of broke your back right here. Now we got the ball again at the end, but it was like, yo.
Well, it got weird because he was gunslinging when we didn't need him to gunsling, and then the game
conservative, bro.
was two scores, and it doesn't matter if you throw a pick, and then you're checking it down. What are you doing?
Yes, we're like, yo,
then he starts stat padding.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I'm not gonna throw another pick. I'm not gonna throw another pick, and I'm like, all right, but you still had to throw the pick. Cause it's like, yo, they're gonna throw the Hail Mary. So it's like, yo, yeah, but that's the part.
It didn't make sense at all.
You got to get. He's just that part. I feel like is the off part with him right now. But that's also part of the situation for him, and he got to understand that as a professional too, man.
Hopefully now that he knows, he's not going to know because Tomlin said Kenny's going to be game time decision. At least he knows he's got a chance to start this game. Maybe he'll go back to Carolina Mitch from last year,
right,
where he had that little preparation. I know it's not going to be a full week of preparation for this time, but now you know you got a full game. Just don't do stupid stuff, and we're going to have a chance.
Because I'm sure when he got in, he's like, yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be out here. I'm going to go cut it loose. I'm going to do what I do, make the most of this opportunity. And part of me understands that because as a dude that has been a starter, then when you get pulled from the starter and then he like, oh, he got hurt, you get another opportunity. You be over here like, bro, I don't care about the call. I don't care about the rules. I'm finna do me today. I'm going to get off. And you just be right because you're like, what you going to do, pull me? You done pulled me already, so you going to pull me again? Like, I don't care. I'm going to do me. So when I looked at the throw, I'm just like, that's one of them throws. That's one of them like, bro, you going to pull me anyways if I messed up, man. I'm going to cut mine loose. I'm going to get mine. And you're like, bro, that ain't the one to get yours on, though, man. That just ain't the one. But he a professional, man.
Not at all.
He's professional. So I do anticipate if he does have to go back out there, especially if he has to start this Thursday, it should be.
If not, he's got to be on a short leash.
Oh, it will be because we can see.
Within the first quarter, first
because
half.
the thing is, you can see the effects of it. But what I caution you is this. When you start talking this short leash stuff, who do you think also sees the short leash? The guy that you're going to be putting in. So, once again, when we talk about not just I'm making a move without any type of consequence, it's like, bro, everything you do in real life, man, has some type of counterbalance to it, bro. So, when you show Mitch, man, you only get a quarter. What you think when Mason go out there? How you think he feeling?
We're at the end of the depth chart, though.
So then he goes back to, okay, I'm gonna be like Mitch then. I'm gonna just cut it loose. I'm at the end of the depth chart there, right? That's what I'm trying. Like, you got to be careful with what message you're sending in these type of moments, man. Like,
maybe not one. I mean, a half.
I don't think it's one of them things where you allow it to get bad. If you see an aggressive bad pick early, I think it's a hard conversation. And if you see it continue, it's like, bro, you got to sit. But you don't want to have him come out there and plan not to mess up, because that's the alternative. And we've seen that as well.
Right.
And it's hard to win when you're playing not to mess up. But you got to have that balance right now. And everybody's watching this situation. It's not just us as media and fans. It's like, bro, them players, they all trying to see, man, what's the leash on Mitch? What's the leash on this dude? What's the leash on that dude? Because we all trying to see what our leash is. Like, oh, man, if you're going to let him throw these picks, then I could do whatever I want over here on defense, bro. All right, if you pull him quick, then I guess I got to be tightened up a little bit. But you think about it all, though, man.
Let's go, UW. This really looked like a game where the Steelers would be bailed out by BS luck and splash plays. If you can't do anything with 3 major turnovers, you deserve to lose. Don't blame the refs.
I mean, it's context. A lot that goes into it.
I just think Kenny getting hurt was a big deal.
That's also part of the context.
That's what I saw whenever the stat popped up. I forget at what point. It might have been end of second quarter or third quarter, whenever it was a 3-0 difference in the turnovers. I was like, we need to win this game. Yeah. We need to win this game. But, yeah, Kenny getting hurt, that's a big deal. I'm sorry. Steeler Nation on fire. I already read this one. Send Mitch to the eye doctor. Let's go, UW. This really... Wait, I'm reading them again.
You should be on Jerry.
I think I screenshotted them double. Jerry 3260 says, First, love the show.
Salute
Helps
you, baby.
get me through work. But, Deke, with all due respect, FSU is going to dog walk Pitt. Shout out to all the Steelers/Noel fans.
That was my team growing up. You know that.
And he also says your coach doesn't like his players.
He's not the only coach. I don't like his players.
I do think Narduzzi's was taken a little bit out of context.
It was. I'm just glad
because
that
if you
did it
listen to the full quote,
yeah.
he definitely softened it on the front side and the back side.
I just feel like they was going to crucify Narduzzi, but when Prime said the same thing, essentially, now it's like, okay, you can't praise Prime for saying this, and then kill Narduzzi for saying the exact same thing, bro. Exact same thing.
No matter how do you spin it, Narduzzi wasn't lying. We had good players these last couple of years, and we haven't replaced them good.
Neither one are lying. Have y'all replaced Kenny Pickett yet? No. Right? You look at that old line. They got a guy that can start there? No. So it's like, I get it, bro. I get it.
But then he literally says, after we haven't replaced them well, it starts with me. It starts with coaching. It starts with what we're doing here. Hey. So, yeah, I mean, still, would you like them to say like, it?
Deke? Come on, Deke.
Maybe not, but it wasn't as bad as what's being portrayed out there.
Deke,
not as bad as all.
Deke, you seen the headlines surrounding Deontay Johnson.
I love those comments.
Okay.
I love those.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is, man. Like,
are you talking about him dropping the ball, or are you talking about Deontay ripping on the ref?
You know, before we get to the ripping on the refs part, I'm saying just in the sense of, like, people just taking a quote or taking something and then trying to run with it.
Yeah,
when he that's happened a lot. It's like, yo, we see that. Yeah, it's like, bro, we see multiple people down where it's like, yo, they'll grab something here and then just run with it a certain way, man.
Those Deontay ref comments were immaculate.
Bro, he was dead serious too. He don't care about the flying.
He didn't.
He don't care about the flying.
And that's why I loved it. You could tell he's very passionate about it. And this is side of Deontay we haven't seen too much, and we got to see it a little in the interview, a little more open.
I like this energy, bro. But that's definitely going to cost
Showing
him.
some of that personality.
It's definitely
he was just straight. I mean, he sounded like me coming in after a game where the refs suck.
I'm like, the
refs just wanted the other team to win. They're on the money line.
I say, yo, you can't say that one. Like,
I hope they got paid good today.
Like, bro,
that's incredible.
He went all the way up. DJ.
Straight up, they cost us the game.
Like, DJ, they gonna take your money, DJ. That's gonna cost you,
there
baby.
There was no gray in what he was saying. It was black and white.
He was there, and he looked right to the camera too, shirt off. Like, listen. I'm not playing with y'all. This is exactly how I feel. I'm just like, no, that's going to cost. I'm like, you just got fined. You and Pickens just got fined. Pickens got fined twice last week, bro. I'm like, Lord, man, y'all better stop.
I think we needed something like that as a little rally cry. That might have been a leadership move by Deontay.
Least, well, he got the money. He got the money to pay for it. He got 18. He could pay for it.
I appreciate that. He was saying what probably everyone in that locker room was feeling.
A lot of us felt, Deke, you know, I hardly ever get tripped on about the refs, bro. I was even in here like, bro, this is crazy right now, bro. I hardly ever come out there. I'm like, yo, what are we doing?
And then
like, this is
the
nonsense,
Pierre penalty
bro.
calls, the defensive pass interference.
It was straight
that first
nonsense,
series.
bro.
I don't even think he
nonsense,
touched the dude. He
bro.
jumped over him, made an amazing play, and then they called a holding on Pierre later.
Bro.
They never showed the replay.
Bro,
they never showed the replay.
Coach Thomas' reaction on that sideline was how I was feeling as well, bro. What are y'all doing, bro? Yo, God, dog, bro. I felt his energy. I was like, I feel you, bro. 100%. I get it. It is rare when he trips on the ref like that because he understands, like, bro, if we do what we supposed to do, man, they don't matter like that. But at certain times, you're like, bro, what are y'all doing right now? And that was one of them ones, man, unfortunately.
Well, to that comment about the FSU Pitt game, this is probably the worst spot for FSU to be in because Pitt is so down. And the last time we were so down, we went up against Louisville and upset them. Hey, we got nothing to lose at this point. Everyone thinks we're a joke.
Hey, man, hungry dog back against the wall, man. They're the most dangerous dog. You know that? A little wounded. Mm-hmm. And
it's the Pitt way.
Of an angel.
It's the Pitt way.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, we're gonna upset FSU this week.
Play that Sarah McLachlan. Y'all know what time it is, man. Mm-hmm.
G-Abs, should AI be installed to overturn ref bad calls?
I think when we sit here today, it makes sense. But then when we actually implement it and those calls are actually being corrected to the letter of the law, I don't think we would actually like that if we being real, man. As weird as it sounds, it's part of the game, man. It definitely is, but I do feel like we need to do a better job before referees accountable. I think that's the disconnect right now. When we talk about players, the way they hold us accountable to lower our target, to not land on quarterbacks, to not do all these things, they hold us accountable by finding us, right? And they find us on a scale where it will double, triple, sometimes quadruple if you're a repeat offender. There is not a plan in place that holds referees accountable outside of you don't get to referee a playoff game. You don't get to referee the Super Bowl. That's their consequences.
They might not even want to do that.
But okay, you catch what I'm saying? So what is their consequence for a bad call? There is none. They're not full-time employees, which we already said from just a business model standpoint. It's like, bro, that's an issue that y'all could legitimately fix without any problems, and it would make the product better. But y'all have decided to continue on with this thing, man. But, yeah, man. It's just a crazy scenario, bro. Good old refs.
Big Bucks Media, what do you think of Mitch? Especially on his triple coverage bomb to DJ. Reminded me of Ravens game last year. Start Mason, ?
Me personally, I'm not starting Mason. Me personally, I'm rolling with Mitch. I'm just simply telling him, be smart, bro. You don't have to make I got the big balls throw. I got the biggest balls out here throw. I see it weekly with my man Josh Allen. So y'all know I got a lot of experience with them type of throws. We like, bro, you don't have to make that throw. It's 2 to 3 throws every time now since Mitch has been benched and has returned. About 2 to 3 times every game, we kind of see him make some of these throws. And you're like, bro, that's a big ball throw that isn't necessary right now. If it was the fourth quarter, got to have it, and this is, man, game of the line, you got to take a chance. That's one thing. When he threw that throw versus Tampa 2, that was not the scenario. Bro, you could just pick this up right here. You could have ran it, would have been fine. You feel me? It's like, oh,
it was second and short.
Yeah, it was just, that's too aggressive. But you can see the gift and the curse with Mitch. This was also after he took us, was it 90 yards or whatever that drive was? It's like, man, you see the parts where, like, okay, he can make some plays. He can extend. He can use his legs. He can, all right, improvise, still make a throw downfield. We like that type of stuff. But ultimately, you can't have that over-aggression cost you. And I think that that's what we've seen the past couple times. That Ravens game, you brought it up. Me and Deke have talked about it. The biggest issue in that Ravens game wasn't Mitch wasn't playing well on a play-in and play-out basis. It was them 3 picks and they going
three
2 in
terrible
the red
decisions.
zone. Right.
Yeah.
2 in the red zone. 1 is another big balls. My arm is better than your coverage throw. And it's like, yo, it wasn't necessary. You were playing fine. You had us in scoring position multiple times. But your aggression or over-aggression cost us. And that's the convo, man. If I'm talking to Mitch, if I'm Coach T, if I'm at Canada, if I'm Mike Sullivan, I'm sitting him down and just simply saying him just like that, bro. Man, play the game the way you're playing it, but you got to understand, we got to be smarter and more selective about when we're going to put that ball in harm's way like that. Because as you can see, it kills you at times.
C-Does 86. Kenny is not the guy. Canada is not the issue, and the Steelers organization needs to get over whatever issue they have with Mason and legit give him an opportunity to challenge for the starting QB. I disagree. I do think Kenny is the guy for this squad. Terry B just said it last week, in fact. I don't think 1 week of Kenny getting hurt before halftime changes that. Because, again, I thought he was starting to cook the second quarter. We just got an incomplete on him. Incomplete. Yeah, missed some throws in the first quarter, first half. What quarterback doesn't miss some throws? It's just it's very highlighted for us right now because the offense isn't consistently putting up, 20, 25 points, 30 points a game. I get it.
Bro, I'm listening to the commentator. They're like, oh, another 3 and out by the Steelers. I'm like, so we're not going to see that was a wide open drop or that was also just like a slightly off throw. Like we
those 3 and outs weren't on Canada.
But the way that you could, once again, you talk about the narrative though, you could see that's what the energy was. Like, oh, you see it right here? This is terrible right here, man. They can't get a first down. I'm gonna tell you, man. They can't call any. Like, no, bro, this is execution. What are we watching the same thing, bro?
Catch the ball.
Yeah.
He says Canada is not the issue. He might be the issue. And then Steelers organization, no. Just we're not doing Mason. No. I'm good on that.
I think for Mason, man, you got to realize this, right? As fans, y'all haven't seen him a lot. The team sees him every day. Team sees him throughout the offseason. Team sees him in OTAs, veteran minicamp, training camp. They know more about him than any of us do. So when they decide who they willing to put out there right now, it's because they feel like this player gives them the best chance to win. I haven't watched Mason every single day this year practice. I know that the team did. So when they're saying that Mason gives them the best chance to win over, or they're saying that Mitch gives them the best chance to win right now over Mason, I'm going to trust that right now until proven otherwise, because I haven't seen him every day. But I do know it's times when you watch dudes in practice and it's like, bro, I don't care what these fans are saying. This dude ain't it. I don't care what these fans are saying. This guy isn't ready. I'm not saying that's the case. But for the team, they're seeing something that has them taking that approach.
Brother 92. Torn on if KP is just some guy or if the offense as a whole is worse without him. Fourth quarter Kenny over Mason. Over Kenny, over a dead gopher, over Mitch. Mason, QB1.
How you feel about that, man?
Mason, QB1.
This is more like, we got to.
Is he talking about if Kenny's hurt between, Mason and Mitch, who should be QB1, or is he talking in general? In general, hell no. Right now, I'll just say no. We'll still roll with Mitch, but again, if he keeps doing some of this stupid stuff, yeah, you're gonna have to take some action. I think it can be a legitimate conversation now, because it was a legitimate conversation last year after the Ravens game. Tom was like, "Yeah, in practice this week, it's gonna be open between Mitch and Mason." Ultimately, he went with Mitch.
Yeah, but
short week, I think it's leaning Mitch. I think that's probably the smart way to go about it. So no on my answer right now is no on Mason seeing the field in general.
Man, y'all know how I ain't into the overreactions or the knee-jerk stuff, man. I'm slow and steady wins the race. Y'all know me, man. I'm like the grandpa when I feel like when we talk this stuff. I'm real let me just take my time with it, man. I believe this. I trust in this. Yeah, y'all got that young energy, that fast pace. Man, swap them out. Switch that man. Put them in there, man. That'll work, yeah.
Come on, yeah. Kenny's got things to work on, but he is the future, no doubt. He's going to have bad games, bad picks. Ben did too. We just got to have – I don't remember any of the bad picks for Ben. We just got to have faith in him. Mitch will get it right. Big opportunity on Thursday night. # dub.
No, big facts, man. I do like the fact too, man, that after the game, being played out the way that it was, we don't got a long time to sit here and think about it. Just got to turn around, go on to the next one, man. You got a great opportunity coming up. You're going to have a team that's, looking at you like y'all sweet. We definitely feel like it's sweet down there. So it's like, man, well, all right, come on, get up over this thing because we got action, man. We went on Thursday night, man. We ain't gonna be tripping on how we felt today. And that's the other reality of it, man. Everybody that's talking crazy about, the offense, about Mitch. Man, shoot, the same people that was talking crazy about Mitch when he first got out there were the same ones going crazy when he led the drive and pick and scored a touchdown. But then it flipped right again when he threw the pick. So it's like, man, as you can see.
Yeah, Mitch
y'all
shows
gonna be
some
up and down
flashes.
anyways,
He
yeah.
definitely shows flashes.
Absolutely. He go out there, man, lead them boys on Thursday. They win. The same ones saying hollering for Mason will be the same ones talking about, I told y'all, man, Mitch should be a starter. He should be on Kenny. He should start for Kenny. You notice the combo, bro. You notice. That's the funny part. Yeah.
Let's go, UW. Over the last 4 games, we are averaging just 83 yards in the first half, averaging just 5.5 first downs per half and just 9 first half points. It is frustrating, but
yeah.
if we're pointing blame, I'm talking this game specifically. Again, body of work, I think you could definitely be talking Canada. But yesterday's game specifically, that was a players thing.
I do have a question. How do we view Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars offense, right? Do we view them as an offense that should be settling for field goals versus a team like the Steelers? Or do we think that's a team that should score 30? They got a young, very talented quarterback, right? Young, very talented running back. They got an offensive-minded guy, you know.
They can score 30.
Right.
Against our defense, I would like to think we could hold them to better than that.
Okay.
I think they have a good ceiling as an offense, for sure.
For sure. Because it's my thing. I'm just like, how do we view them? And if we're viewing them on some special tier, it was a blown coverage that got them their only touchdown. I mean, other than that, we're talking about field goals. So
if he takes a decent, that
so,
could have been picked.
So once again, though, if we're gonna hold the Steelers, right?
I'm questioning why he didn't pick.
But if we're talking Steelers and we hold this offense to this crazy standard, right? You bringing up all, not you, but let's go, UW and company have brought up all these different things. It's like, if the Jags is what we consider an elite offense or a high end offense, we definitely ain't that far off. Then that's what you tell you, because I'm like, they ain't do anything crazy. A blown call is their only touchdown. We kick field goals every week. We can get you field goal. We usually don't like field goals. We usually don't like this type of stuff.
Well, here's my whole thing on why I was on the Fire Canada train. Last year, yes, but this year we couldn't even make it past the 50-yard line for like the first 3 quarters. Those first 4 or 5 weeks.
For the first 3 quarters, okay. And once again, when we say Trevor Lawrence, we said, what, Jacksonville team's a further ahead squad, right? About a year ahead. But if that's a year ahead, is what I'm trying to say is, how are we that far off is my part.
I liked what the offense looked like
get that
last week. Yeah. You know, coming out of the bye last week, and I liked what we were seeing first half. Again, execution should be better, but I was seeing the signs. I was seeing everything I needed to see that, okay, but this is something that we're building going forward, and I think we're going to be good when it really, really matters. Every game matters, but, you know, in December and playoff time.
For a fact, every game does matter, 100%. I just think that's one of the things where it's like, yo, if Jacksonville would have blew it up while they were going through some of their growing pains, and as you can see, they're still figuring certain things out, you don't get the progression that you look for. But when you're patient with it, you can get that. But even with a team as nice as Jacksonville is on offense, right? And we said, even with our defense having the injuries that they had and how inconsistent we can look, they still could not do what technically, if we talk about what you should be able to do out there versus our team, versus our DBs, versus the way that we were playing yesterday at times, right?
Yeah, with Minka being hurt. Yeah, all that.
So all I'm saying is I get it. It's fun at times to go crazy, overreact nuclear, but at the same time, I'm like, man, we are not far from where we need to be.
To your point, I've been noticing some of the scores over the last couple weeks.
League-wide, bro. League-wide.
From offenses that most would consider like elite, the teams that are scoring 30 plus.
With the franchise quarterbacks, right? And the great
I see your
hot
squad up north.
bro.
I mean, against the Bucks on Thursday night.
And I tell you this every single week.
Not doing that much.
I tell you this every single week. But the difference is because we're so focused on Pittsburgh, we're so quick to just panic. It's us, it's us, it's us. And it's like, no, look around the league, man. Look around the league, bro. This is real, especially with young quarterbacks. It's just tough to be consistent. You're going to have the ups and downs. The problem is for us, we look at the coordinator and we're like, nah, man, we don't want to care about this. We just want to start. And it's like, yo, it's a lot of stuff that we're dealing with, but globally, everybody deals with this type of stuff. We right on pace for where we're supposed to be. Kenny got hurt. That kind of keeps slowing it up, though. That's also part of it, bro.
In my mind, yeah, that's the bummer.
The injured part is like, yo, I need him out there. Because now you're missing an opportunity here.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever you come back, it's like
game too. Not even just going forward, but yesterday, I think we win in the second half of Kenny's playing. I truly felt that way.
It was close. And what do we always say, bro?
Yep.
I thought Jacksonville was playing smart. They were like, yo, we got to take these points. They didn't try to do anything aggressive. Any third, fourth down, they like, nope, kick the field goal, bro. Just kick the field goal. Let's try to get points. Try to get points. So it's like they even respect what our method of victory is. And they were showing us that by kicking the field goals they were kicking, man. So that's a team that, you know, is a playoff caliber team. They'll
probably finish top 3 or 4 in the AFC.
So, yeah, man.
A lot to look forward to this team. It's just I need these people getting healthy.
That's also part of it, bro.
Schedule easy. No reason we can't be 6-3 after these next 2 weeks. And then you got the Browns on the road. A couple more division games coming up with like Bengals. But then you have like Cardinals and Colts and Patriots. More games you should be winning.
Rhythm, man. Can you get back healthy, man? You get a rhythm going.
Yep. Next, we got Jay Swizzle. Good to meet you for the game, Moats.
Yes,
we had the awkward fist bumps up before the Rocky interview. Great interview.
Super weird, bro. I'm glad we got a chance to like redo it. You know when it's like, yo, I'm going in for the knuck, you going in for the hand, and then it's like mid switch, you like, hold,
it happens.
And
we do it sometimes here.
I know, and it'd be weird every time. We're like, yo, that was weird, bro. We gotta reset it. So yeah, we had the awkward one. We reset, so it was love. It was all good, but no, it was definitely dope to see you, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely had that weirdness though. It's like all right, yeah.
Deke's baby mama says Deke don't just got the taco meat, he's got the thick bratwurst.
Yeah, she came.
She's setting the expectations high.
Listen, Deke, your baby mom.
Well, that Fox reporter, that Fox announcer from a couple years ago did too. Whenever he called me 13 inches. Yeah.
You're right. So I will say this: your baby mom pulled up at the watch party yesterday. She was making some comments about your finger game, and yeah, she was out of pocket, bro. So could you at least
wait? This can't be real. Yeah, I know you're trolling. What is going on here?
No, Deke, do I sound like I would make that up, bro? I was reading the comment off, and I
ain't even. It's the person that probably made the troll account.
It's your baby mom, bro. It's your real baby mom. Your real baby mom was in the chat yesterday, titled Deke's baby mom.
Oh, the chat. Right. I thought you meant down at the game. She meant you down at the game.
I ain't see Glow at the game. Was Glorilla at the game? I ain't know she was. I thought we had the Taylor Swift curse. Taylor ain't show up. Chiefs lose. Glorilla ain't show up. We lose.
I actually think it's real now at this point for the Chiefs.
No Glorilla, and there was no pigeons out there. That's a double negative. You know it was bad for us, bro. The pigeons were good luck for us last year. Glorilla was supposed to be our good luck charm right here.
Yeah, where the hell are they?
Come on, bro. Let it down. Let us down.
Where are these pigeons, man?
Yeah. But for a fact, though, bro, your baby mom was in the chat, and she was like, because I forgot, we said something about it slipping off somebody's fingers. Or it's like, it was off the fingertips. And she's like, oh, see, if it was Deke, you would have been fine. His finger game's elite or something. I'm like, bro, yeah. She was just like going.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm like, Deke, talk to your lady, bro. Talk to your lady, man. Yeah.
Corbin Carpenter. What's up, Deke and Master Moats?
Man, salute
a.k.a.
you,
Marker Thief. LOL.
I swear that's me, bro. Yeah. So what he means, whenever I'm like signing stuff, I have a bad problem of I'll take your marker and you might not get that marker back, bro.
You just have to sign so many autographs.
No, don't you do that. Don't you trying to make it sound cool. It is not like that. I'm a bad person. I take the markers and I never give them back. I would forget. So yeah, I am a marker thief, but I am self-aware. I call myself a marker thief while I'm stealing your marker. I'll let you know.
Well, he goes on to say, thanks for the pick and the signature at the interview yesterday. Made mine and my girl's day.
I salute you, man. Salute you, man. Definitely appreciate you, man. It was a blast meeting you and your lady. Hope you all enjoyed the game as well, man. Yeah, bro. I'm bad with the markers, though.
Wish I had that problem.
Lee Ying, yo, bro, you are wild. I love when they just be talking to the right. They just get a little crazy over there, bro. Y'all wild.
Let's get you dub. I'll throw more
learning,
stats.
Bro. Why you got y'all be okay? All right, okay. They play with you, Deke. Go let play with you like that, man. Get them off of you. Y'all gonna leave Deke alone, man.
No, just learning is
it's like whoa, bro.
Spewing major fake news out here.
I say, look, man.
Hell no.
Yo, nigga, put that smut on my dog's name, man.
Yeah,
no, y'all gotta chill, bro. Y'all gotta chill, man. Yeah, he tried you right there. I was like, no, we can't let that look. All right, I'm drawing the line somewhere, dig it, all right? The baby mama's cool. We ain't going no further than that, all right? Just stop it.
Let's go, UW. I'll throw more stats at you. The Steelers offense Runs just 25.5 plays on average in the first half. Over that span, they average 6 drives. It's a lot of 3 and outs, and opponents average around 37.5.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you, man. Like I said, stats are a part of the conversation without a doubt. But with everything, right, in life, if you put 100% stock in the stats, you're going to come up short. I'm just letting you know, man, because there is context. Now, the context might not be what you want it to be. It might not fulfill what your desire is for information. But at the end of the day, if that's what it is, that's what it is. It's kind of like when we talk about injury happening. To act as if Kenny Pickett being hurt yesterday did not have an effect on this offense, to me, I think that's very dense, right?
I think you're selling QB1 short if you're doing that.
I just think as a whole, if QB1 is QB1, right? He practiced the whole week. The game plan is designed for the whole week. Everything is designed for this player. So if you lose this player in game, there is going to be a natural ripple effect. And there is a higher probability that it might even have a negative effect on it. But we can choose to ignore that for the simple sake of, man, look at this stat right here, and that's fine. But the difference is when that player does come back or when that context is corrected, now all them stats, you're looking at it like, hey, man, we're doing this, we're producing, like how we're winning games, but yet we're not having the stats that we wanted. Like I said, it's a part of it, man. It's part of it. But I'm sure it's a lot of teams with better stats that don't sit here at 4-3 right now, and we looking at this like, yo, man, this was a game we probably felt like we could have had a better finish to. Still sitting at 4-3, man.
6th seed in the playoffs. Just had to double check yesterday.
All I'm saying, if you only look at it one way, you're gonna be missing a part of the story.
And hopefully Buffalo could take care of business Sunday night. Take out the Bengals.
Man, we take it one game at a time right there, man. Yeah, I know we want that smoke.
Take out the Bengals. I was going to say Ravens skated by on the Cardinals. Not really, though. They had that in the bag. Browns lost, though. That was a nice loss against Seattle. Yeah.
Shout
Bengals,
out to Gino, bro.
Unfortunately, I do think Burrow's back.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bengals offense is back.
Just needed some time, bro.
But we need them to catch some losses against teams like Buffalo. Could they do that for us?
We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up, man. We'll see what's up. I know you ready to tap in, man. Now, you going to be cheering for the blue and red? That's the real question. Or you cheering for the black and orange?
Come on, dude.
I just need to know. I need some clarification.
For the black and gold.
No. I need clarification, man. You know, sometimes you be confusing me. I'm like, are you cheering for the Bengals this week? It's not you cheering for the Bengals.
No, I want them to lose.
So you cheering for the Bills then?
I'm rooting for the Bengals to lose.
So you want the Bills to win? That's what it's either the Bills win or the Bengals win. Somebody has to win.
It's not necessarily about the other team that they're playing. It's just I always want the Bengals to lose.
Okay. So you want the Bills to win? I like it.
Just rooting for that black and gold. You know what I mean?
I can get behind that.
So whoever the Bengals, Ravens, Browns, whoever they're going up against. Hannibal and I know. Moats, my bro from high school just called me to see if I wanted to go to the JMU game versus Georgia State this coming weekend. His nephew is Trent Hendrick.
Shout out. All right. Man, you need to pull up on that game, though, man. You know, that's going to be a real one out there, man. I think they didn't move that. Yeah, they moved that time. Dang, because they literally switched the past 3 game times. I'm like, is that the one they moved to 2 or is that the one they moved to 8? But either way, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, it should be a fun one, though. Definitely a fun one.
Money bags. Go get Renfro. He's QB friendly. We need a chain mover. I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like Austin or Robinson are doing much for us recently.
We trying to get gadgety with Calvin a little bit. With them reverses, trying to get him. I'm like, I like it. You want to get the
Got
speed.
that little pass interference call.
Yeah, he did, man. It was actually big, though. It was a big little pick up. But yeah, it's like we're trying to figure out his thing.
I hope Canada's brain wouldn't combust if we brought in Renfro. It'd be too many weapons for him to handle. And then if Pat comes back, it's like, yeah, how do I run these routes? How do I get these guys over?
He did say that last year, right? Hey, man, I don't know how to use him right now, man.
Google East, Moats, do you think the play on KP8 was dirty? I think if it happened to one of those top QBs, it would be talked about much more.
So I don't think it was dirty because I think dirty, I think of more like the intent being malicious. I do think it should have been flagged based on today's NFL and based on the fact that they flagged Keanu Neal for a hit that was way less aggressive, way less egregious. I mean, Keanu's was a football play, like in the sense of a bang bang play. Whereas I look at, when Kenny got hurt, I'm like, man, this looks extra. It just, in today's NFL, it felt like it was a little bit extra. So for me, I'm flagging it. That's just how I looked at it, only because of how they flagged the Keanu play. If they let the Keanu play ride, I don't have an issue with the Kenny play. But when you flag that Keanu play, you're clearly saying that this is the standard of how we're calling it today. And if that's going to be how we're calling it, just be consistent throughout, man.
Elmer next year, new OC, and signed Cousins at discount due to the Achilles.
Man, my dog went down.
Go all in while TJ is still in his prime.
I'm sick. I was like, not Kirk O'Chains, bro. But look at him.
I felt bad for him, too.
Awesome dude, though. He's still cheering his squad on, bro. Even with the Achilles, like, bro, let's go get it, man. Go do your.
And your guy was having a good game, too.
He always has a good game. I already told you that, bro. Only haters think he don't have a good game, man.
And the Vikings were gaining momentum on this season.
Mm-hmm. No, Kirk going down kills it a lot, man. Yeah. He still can get paid, though. But he's not going to get the bag that he should have got. He was in line. He was going to do something stupid this year. I could feel it.
But he's going to put up. You saw the stats he's put up.
He was about to do something stupid this year, bro.
He's putting up crazy fantasy
stats.
Yes,
bro. He was doing something stupid this year.
For the Steelers being interested in Kirk, no.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Because Kirk's a starter. And we got Kenny, man. If we believing in Kenny, we rocking in Kenny. Kirk being here does not help out Kenny, man. I could sit here in line and be like, oh, yeah, man, bring in the vet, have him sitting behind Kenny. Yep, man, he going to coach him up right. No.
But you're right. He's a starter. Wherever he signs, he's going to start. He might go to the 49ers.
And Kirk could be like, we would all feel that pressure. Kenny would feel that pressure. It's just unnecessary. It's unnecessary, man. You're right, though.
I'm assuming he still wants to play football because this could be a career ender.
Nah, Kirk coming back, bro. Kirk finna get paid.
I think so. I do think he loves it. He's just old. He's up there, like 34, 35, coming back from this. Yeah. You're seeing Rodgers do it.
Mm-hmm. Rodgers also a couple years older, too, though.
He's got all that mumbo jumbo stuff.
Rodgers, man. I seen Rodgers throwing. Wasn't Rodgers throwing?
Oh, yeah. He's moving.
Like, I seen the joint. He was like standing on his own and like, I was like, whoa. I don't know if it was accurate or not. I saw a report that said something like if the Jets get to like 8 and something, it was like some weird record where they're like close enough to get to, then he was like, yo, he's for certain like go be out there. I was like, yo, I don't know how accurate this is, but this is kind of crazy to even see that it's even a conversation right now, bro.
Wow. Fran Bradford, game came down to about 3 plays. Just the lack of execution besides them poor ref calls. The ball. I don't know what the ball meant.
He had a second part, I think.
Oh, hold on. If you want to read it, you can.
Hold on. I'm trying to see because it's like
the ball Deontay dropping what could have been a house call is another reason why I was okay with getting rid of him last year. Sick of the inconsistency. But then he goes on for a drive in that second quarter where he's literally unstoppable.
Yeah, man.
It's unfortunate. I just thought we turned the corner with Deontay. I hadn't seen any drops in probably at least like 6-7 games.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. Like I said, as a player, I knew why he dropped it. But at the same time, we understand that, bro, you're paid. You're the professional. We can't have that. He understands that too, man. He definitely does. I do like the fact, though, like I said, man, typically in the past, we don't feel like he would always respond like that. We have seen the shift.
Yeah, he was on fast.
Yeah, we seen the shift now, bro. It's like, all right, it is what it is. I can't go back and change that. Y'all gonna say what y'all want. And he actually kind of said that on the show when you talked to him about it a little bit. It's like, yo, people gonna say what they want to say. You can sit here and fuss and argue with them, or you can go out there and change the narrative. He could have sat there and argued with people saying, man, Deontay drops in his bag. Oh, man, he can't catch this and that. But he was like, no, I'm going to go out there and change the narrative. The man went on a tear, really balled out. If we being real about it, he was putting on some stuff. Was it 8 for 85? Should have had a tutty in there, man. I thought he was going to get the 100. I wanted him to get 100, man. It was there.
Fran Bradford, is it okay to start Broderick now? Dan is a great asset, but I'm just ready to move on. Let's commit to Broderick.
I mean, that sounds like you just moving on just to move on. And if you do that, which is fine, you're going to have some positives out of that, but you're also going to have some negatives that I don't think you really are accounting for. I'm good with whatever, though. I mean, because the way I look at it like this, man. Both players in terms of Dan and Chooks, I thought yesterday at times they played well, at times they got cooked. When you talk Trevon Walker, I mean, he obviously did the big boy bully rush on Chooks. We looked at Josh Allen have some success on Dan, but the play where Josh really cooked was when he looped in and cooked Mason Cole. It had nothing to do with Dan Moore. But everybody was ready to crucify Dan Moore on that. But I'm like, bro, that ain't had nothing to do with that, man. I just think it's one of them things where when we said the two pass rushers, we know Josh Allen is a good player. We said that, you still got to make them blocks on them type of dudes. But we know he's a good player. Trevon Walker's a first rounder.
First overall?
Oh, yeah, excuse me on that first overall. So we felt like, you still should be able to block these dudes consistently and get off. But at the same time, is Chooks or Dan Moore? I mean,
I think that is what it is.
It was like what we expecting
the
from
play we're
Chooks
getting out of
and
Chooks,
Dan,
we're definitely overpaying him. And
I say yes, but at the same time, I say no, because if you look around the league, it's like, how many right tackles are really out there that's better than Chooks today?
I was going to say, that goes to my theory.
Yeah.
How many good O-lines are there, really?
That's the real part of it. It's not a lot of big, good O-lines out there, bro. You might have a piece or two here and there, but in terms of a full, like how we used to have it, bro, it ain't a lot of that right now.
Yeah. If you're going to do the Broderick move, might be the smartest at this point. Now, bye would have made sense, but now, for that Packers game, after this Thursday, see how Dan Moore looks against the Titans. If he looks good enough, maybe they stick with him. I'm ready for Broderick. I've been ready for Broderick. Now they're trying to get him in that banner rule, get him out there as a 6-0 lineman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good whenever we want to put him out there. But at the same time, it's not like Dan Moore was sucking, like you said. Same with Chooks. Like, there was a player, I'm like, God damn it, Chooks, come on.
Like, when I seen Trevon Walker, two-home bull, I'm like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I also get why that move works for him. I get that too. And I'm like, do I look at Chooks and think that Chooks is some all-world player that's going to block every single body to sleep? Absolutely not. So I can't have that understanding. And then when I actually see it happen in the stadium, I act as if I didn't think that was going to happen, or was it possible to happen? It's like, bro, we know what our dudes are right now, man. Sometimes you're going to have a player or two like that, man.
Even the best can have a player or two like that.
I mean, we've seen that also. We've definitely seen that also.
Yeah, I remember Alex Highsmith getting around Trent Williams one or two times in that Week 1 game.
We talked Ronnie Stanley, man. We've seen other tackles, man. Jedrick Wills. Like, we could talk high pedigree dudes, man, paid dudes. It's like, bro, you're going to on occasion have the dudes that play the positions that they blocking get paid just as much or more the majority of the time.
Pittsburgh, Moats, help me understand how some rookie QBs are putting up together successful drives while the Steelers struggle to get first downs. Scheme or quarterback?
No, that's inaccurate, man, because you've already talked about fourth quarter Kenny. So that factually shows that just like some of these other rookie quarterbacks, they can put together successful drives. They put together late successful drives as well, man. I just think it's one of them things where we are hyper focused on Pittsburgh. And our expectations for Kenny is off. So whenever we're going to bring up quarterbacks, you're going to bring up more than likely quarterbacks that are not in the same class as Kenny. And we're going to be talking about Kenny and saying, why can't he do what this dude and that dude does? And it's like, bro, these dudes that we're going to be talking about, though, are a lot further along. Now, if you're talking about the rookies this year, right? Bryce Young. I think they won yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say they won yesterday.
I don't think he's playing that good, though.
He hasn't been. People have talked about him as the third best quarterback in the class, behind Stroud and behind...
well, now Levis, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess Levis too, right? But once again, as you can see, even with the young boys, right? The rookies, it's up and down, up and down. Like, I know we want to just make it as cut and dry as just this player or as just this coach and make it that, but it's not that simple, just from my perspective. Maybe from your perspective it is, and if it is, man, ain't nothing wrong with that either, baby. Just from my perspective, I don't think it's as simple as, is it QB or is it scheme? And you've heard me say that messaging throughout this whole season, even dating back a year ago, when I've been like, yo, it's times that I don't know if it's all the way on call or all the way on player, because you watch this game here, and how are you looking at any of them calls in that first half and saying, yo, that's on the coach right there? Like, that's the part for me that I'm like, nah. But then there have been some games where I'm like, yo, Matt Canada, bro, like, you got to get some better calls, or you got to get these dudes some better situations right here. So that's just how I look at it.
I'm just bummed we didn't get to see Kenny play the second half because I don't think these questions are coming up.
They hadn't been, but that's the unfortunate part about it, though. When you get hurt, you lose, everything on the table. You know that, baby.
Yeah, I think we would have got a pretty good second half performance. He's probably talking or referring to like Levis, with the 4 touchdowns. It's like, cool. All
so
right,
has Levis done that this whole season? That's my only thing. I feel like it's cherry
do it this
picking.
week against us.
I just feel like it's very cherry picking if we're gonna just highlight this one game or that one game.
And for me,
then we're gonna compare it to a guy's full body work in terms of Kenny this year and last year. It's not apples to apples. But yet y'all will be over here in the chat and be like, yo, man, yeah, man. If he did it that one game and Kenny can't do it, that means he good and Kenny suck. And it's like, bro, how do you draw that logic?
And what is being asked of the quarterbacks could be very different. Because
We've already seen
Kenny
that
last
is
year, we didn't have him throwing 30 times a game. We didn't have him throwing down the field on a consistent basis. We were a very run-first team. Yeah. But Kenny was what we needed him to be at that point, and we needed him to step up in the fourth quarter. He did that. When we needed to get some third downs, keep drives, he would do that. Accurate passes. Yeah. And for this year, I just think the offense, it's been very slow to get up to speed. But after that bye, I saw what I needed to see in the Rams game. I thought that was going to be a pivot point for us. I saw good stepping stones. In this Jaguars game, just, the word that's being thrown around there a lot recently is executing. Yeah, the players didn't execute it, but kept it close enough that Kenny's been building up this reputation for being a second-half, fourth-quarter quarterback, and I don't think it's a joke. Like, there's a reason I was feeling the way I was yesterday in terms of close game.
Because you've seen it happen more than enough times to believe it now. So when we talk about why we might feel how we feel about Kenny or even this offense, you just have more understanding. And so when you got that understanding, you're going to be more patient. You're going to believe it a little bit more. Whereas if you don't got the understanding, then why would you believe it? If you don't understand why to believe it or why something looks like that, then the natural response is to just say, yo, tear it down, because I don't know how to find comfort. I don't know how to make myself understand this scenario. And that's fine, baby. That's definitely fine.
I just don't care about stats as much with the quarterback.
Yeah.
And how successful he is, not only in general, but for the specific team that he's on. Yeah. I don't care about stats as much. Now, if you're playing good, the stats will come, but at the same time, I got to see Ben be a legend here and not put up the gaudy numbers compared to guys like Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. But I'll take 7.
Put up gaudy numbers, though.
I
think that's what we fail to realize too.
No, but like I'm saying more early in his career. That's different. Okay. But he was on their level. He just wouldn't get the respect because he was throwing it like 200 times less than those guys. It was just how we ran things here.
He still was nice, though.
Absolutely.
He still was nice.
Absolutely. That was Sean McCartney. QB1, a.k.a. KP8 hurt. Couple of questionable calls by the officials, and we still only lost by 10 to a favorite to make it to the playoffs. He's just saying a favorite to make it to the playoffs. Just bad luck.
Hey, bro, did you see what they were asking? Is Trevor Lawrence an MVP, like, front runner now?
Really?
Yeah. I was like, dang, how'd we get to that combo?
Mahomes just left the door open.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. It was 2 at one point. They just shifted to old Trevor now.
I mean, he played all right yesterday.
Would you put him in MVP class?
He's like a top 6 or 7 quarterback. So naturally, if the team's going to be winning and he's going to be playing good, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made some like legit throws where it's like, this is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I get why he was picked number 1 overall. I get it. Like he's their franchise. He made some of those type of plays. At the same time, I wasn't like blown away by him. If we had Kenny, I think Kenny outplays him second half, to be honest. I'll take our guy. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm so bummed we didn't get to see him.
I wanted to see it, bro. I wanted to see it.
Let's go, UW. Our offense is really getting as bad as the 06 to 2010 49ers and the 05 to 10 Raiders. Canada needs to go. It might be for the best to reset the whole offense.
Hey, man. I can understand that, bro. If that's the feeling, I can definitely understand that. I'll just say I don't think the team feels that way, man.
Yeah, I was on the Fire Canada train, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Texans, Ravens. Didn't happen, so now all I have to do is witness what's taking place going forward and what has taken place since then. And I thought I saw good things in the Rams game and was saw things that weren't Canada-related as to why the offense wasn't as good this last week in this Jags game. So, like, I'm not on the Fire Canada energy right now, like full steam ahead.
Like I said, I definitely can understand.
Body of work, sure, but right now he's not leaving, so I got to be a Matt Canada fan now. I have to.
I'm not even saying you got to be a fan because I'm not even saying I'm a fan. All I'm saying, the way I looked at it is like this, man. You still not firing him in season. It's not happening. So we can come in here every single week, watch these games, and hope that it's going to be terrible and tragic, or we can come through here and figure out, man, what do they do well? What can we get more of? And hopefully that starts to show up more. Just different mindsets. That's all, man.
I guess what I'm saying is...
And I wasn't directed to you.
No. I guess what I'm saying is just based off these last two games, I don't think it's right to be saying Fire Canada. Just based off the last two games. Again, body of work, everything we've seen from the offense, different story. But the last two games coming off of the bye, once we made the decision, we didn't make the official decision, but by our actions show that we're going to be sticking with Canada for the rest of the year. We're at the bye week. This would be the time to fire him. Obviously, we didn't. Mm-hmm. These last 2 weeks, not Canada issues for the offense, from my standpoint.
Execution is how I looked at it, bro. Got to execute.
The first 4 or 5 weeks, different story.
Yeah,
different story. Canada's body of work, different story.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the mindset of firing him as a whole, I can 100% understand. Definitely can.
But, I mean, to your point, I mean, you brought this up. Is firing him middle of the season the smartest way?
Does that make it better or worse?
I think it's a legitimate question, at least from where we were standing week 4 and week 5.
I didn't.
At least to, like, if we got Sullivan up there. You know what I mean? Not completely overhauling the playbook, but just get a different play caller. Mm-hmm. I think it was at least a question. We decided we're sticking with Canada, and I thought he's done fine these last 2 weeks. He's done fine. He's got me cooled off on the Fire Canada train. At least right now. I mean,
it's week to week, man.
It is week to week with him right now.
Because we did also see an uptick in the first quarter. That was, I think, was the different part too. We were seeing plays where it's like, yo, this is open. We saw most of the time it's like, yo, we got opportunities here. And I think that's why we still feel a little bit better about him. Even though we didn't score what we wanted to score, we still could see the intent. It was just, we just lacked the execution.
Yep.
And I think that is steps up from where we were. And that's what we've been saying, or at least what I've been trying to preach is like, yo, it's going to get there. But we know right now what we're working with.
Injuries and bad refs. Getting in the way.
Definitely not helping us.
Farron Bradford, y'all think it's going to take KP 4 years to be an above-average quarterback, and can we even wait that long? We get a new guy, and then the clock starts all over.
I mean, you brought up 4 years, man. Nah, I ain't bring up 4 years. I never said 4 years, baby.
I think he's an above-average quarterback now.
Yeah.
Again, just really wish I got to witness Kenny being healthy in yesterday's game. Marcus Fields changes because these conversations wouldn't be brought up. Exactly. He missed some throws in the first half. And I'll admit, those were misses.
But that'd be the funny part because you already know this. So that's why it's just like.
I'll admit those are misses, but let's see what he does in the second half. And from what I've been seeing from him in the second half, a lot is coming up clutch.
Yeah.
And stringing things together and winning games. Marcus Fields changes
Hold on. This skydiving heck, I got it. My man said he's tired of hearing about execution for 3 years now. I'm with you on that. But if that's what it is, what are you supposed to do? Make up something different? Now, unless you are, like you said, 3 years ago, who was the quarterback 3 years ago? We've been going through some changes, right? We don't even got the same week 1 starter at quarterback this year as we had last year at quarterback. So when we talking execution, it's going to feel old. It's going to feel repetitive. The game is very simple. It is. But when your execution is off, that's when it looks like how it looks. Execution has been off for the past 3 years. So until that gets right, that's going to continue to be a thing. Now, in terms of trying to change the execution, we switched coordinator multiple times. We're even switching some personnel right here. So we're doing both parts, but the execution still has to be what it has to be. That's the part where you've heard me talk about these players and say, yo, your personnel got to do what they're supposed to do out there. If not, and all we come back here every single week and point to a coach or point to a ref, guess what's going to happen in year 4? We're going to be hollering about execution again, man. So you either deal with execution now and get it right, or this thing keeps going on and on and on. That's where we at, though, right now, baby.
Marcus Fields, changes need made. Tommy Gunn offense was better.
The Tommy Gunn?
Tommy Gunn's prime, that offense, I think he made a Pro Bowl. Yeah, that offense wasn't bad.
But you told me y'all don't even like Tommy Gunn here. Y'all said Tommy Mack says y'all had Bubby in front of him, right?
In terms of rankings,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would admit he's that amazing. But I think we like him. I don't got any problems with him.
Yeah.
Oh, they were pissed at him when he'd come in as a backup for Ben and blow the games like Mitch has been.
Yeah.
I mean, Mitch is turning into Maddox right now.
Okay.
Likeable guy, but
yeah.
Stop doing these boneheaded plays in the game.
Respect. Was Tommy a aggressive dude?
They called him Tommy Gunn.
Fair enough. I never knew what the gun was for, but fair enough. Yeah.
Let's go, UW. Hope Boz and DJ like that fine they about to get.
Yeah.
Boz is going to get it for reposting on Instagram.
How did you find out about the alignment? Let's be real. We ain't going to play dumb. Yeah. NFL sees it all, bro. And anything that you do.
Well, I appreciate that's leadership on their part. I like that.
That's fine. Unfortunately, you're not going to put any money in their pocket, though. That's the part that sucked, man. But shout out to both of them dudes, though, man. They felt that way about getting it off their chest, man. Get it off your chest. You know what you got to do. Cut that check. But if it was worth it to you, cool. You know the rules, though.
Cry.
You know the rules, bro. That's how I look at it, man. I'm like, yeah, we could have rallied no whole nother way. You ain't got to cost me 10. I like my 10. I could have go spent 10 on something sweet. Might take a trip for 10.
Let's go, UW. T-Law gets that call because he's a franchise QB.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Or the refs just suck.
I mean, but no. We've seen that before, though. We know certain quarterbacks. We talk about the Brady rule. It's like, yo, Brady going to get certain calls that other quarterbacks don't. We could also make a case that Trevor Lawrence, as we said coming into this game, though, is further along in terms of who he is in the league than Kenny Pickett. So even if that was the truth behind it, I'm not tripping on that because it makes sense. If that's how we was going to call and we saying, yo, he gets that call, it's kind of like AB. AB gets certain calls that not all wide receivers will get. Certain players get certain calls. So I ain't tripping on that. If that was the model. I don't think that was the case, but if that was the case, I could definitely get that, bro.
Rickety split. Not sure if I believe in Kenny. He hasn't sold me.
And that is also fine. Trust me, man. Deke been watching Kenny since Pitt. He got the big Pitt on, so he feel a lot more confident because he's seen him. It's no different if a cat come from JMU. Man, I believe in them dudes like crazy. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you might not be believing him like that. You might need to see him prove it more and do it more consistently for you to buy onto it. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
AJ Martinez gifted 5 Mets memberships to John Easton, R. Barley, Stoogie McClain, David Stroup, and Doobie Mills.
Man, let's go. Shout out to AJ Martinez being a rock star at life. And for those names just mentioned, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Also, I think we had skipped one. My man, Armin Estabi. Shout out to Armin Estabi, man. He's been in here a couple of times today. I can't wait till we get to one of your other comments too. I already peeped that early on. But he says no more excuses for Canada or Kenny. Kenny's top 3 with the laughing emoji. That was his first Super, though. He just pulled up on us, man. Salute you on that, man. Salute you.
Again, I just wish Kenny could have played that second half because I don't think he's making that comment.
That's my day, bro.
It's a hypothetical, but
we'll just never know. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think Kenny outplays Trevor Lawrence in the second half, and we win the game. So to go back-to-back games where you outplay a guy that's a Super Bowl champion, a guy that we hold in a high regard, Matt Stafford.
Everything that you're calling is coming to fruition.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Exactly. It's just him getting hurt now.
Yeah.
I just got to sit and play this waiting game.
And I'm pissed because the way I looked at it was this style of defense where we're dominant, then it's bend, don't break, but then we're situationally good with a turnover. And we hold on, field goal. I still believe we can get out of every stadium like that. And I'm pissed off because we didn't get that chance, bro. Because I'm like, yo, it was on again. Making them kick field goals.
And then you get a Cam back.
Come on, bro.
But then Minka gets hurt.
I'm so hot about it, bro.
Yeah.
Because I knew we was going to come in here and this was going to be the temperature today from the chat. It's like, yep, I hear it. Let's go. But that's the frustrating part, bro. So trust me, I feel you.
Let's just get these 2 dubs, get people healthy. Shock. Just checking in. Peace and love. Hashtag here we go.
Hey, man, here we go. Peace and love to you as well, man. Let's get it.
Sean McCartney, this is an announcement to all the new / non-upper room members that we don't know. If you come in hating on KP or Tomlin, please know we will see you as a troll and treat you as such.
Sean McCartney laid the
I
law
think he's
down.
only speaking for a portion of the chat, though, because we have a lot of regulars that don't necessarily like Kenny or Tomlin.
I was going to say, yeah, man. Like, we definitely got regulars that don't like him. Yeah. That is funny, bro.
AJ Martinez on a heater today. Gifted more Moats memberships.
Yo,
5
salute
more.
AJ, man. I think he did a double decker. Like he spent the block twice too, bro.
Reese Fisher. Shoot the Rock. I haven't seen that name in a minute.
Shoot it.
Hope you're good, bro. The Bloody Nine.
Shout out to the
Psycho
Bloody
Knot
Nine.
and Chris Weaver.
Let's go, AJ being a rock star and all those names. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed.
And then, one more. 5 gifted memberships. Big Bucks Media, CM Punk, Lee Ying Lo, and Black Bundy. Finally, Jimmy Cractiva.
Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And salute you once again, AJ, man. Continue to be an absolute rock star at life, and we greatly appreciate you.
Steer Nation on Fire, how y'all feel about Ben's comments on Leftwich?
I didn't see the comments. What did he say?
He's really getting into podcast mode here.
Uh-oh. Why you say it like that?
He said if the Steelers were to move on from Canada, he would like
really good at the podcast mode.
he would like Byron Leftwich.
Okay.
Just throwing some stuff out there, throwing up some hypotheticals and whatnot. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's what he said. If the Steelers eventually move on from Canada, he did preface it by saying, I'm not a big fire this, fire that guy. But if the slot becomes open, he wants his guy Byron Leftwich in here.
Nah, respect.
Which, sure, he would definitely be in consideration.
I mean, we done brought him up, so we ain't tripping. I definitely like it.
Steeler connection there already.
Definitely like it,
bro. That's got to give him some bonus points.
Or it might work against them. Because some people are kind of on the whole go completely outside of the organization, completely outside of the family.
Right.
Yeah.
International. Wouldn't be surprised if the NFL suspends Deontay. No way.
Nah, they ain't gonna trip like that. They'll find him though, but they ain't gonna trip like that because he ain't go crazy. And they understand, man, he's in the heat of the moment. He's fresh off that field. He might not even got out that shower yet because you see he had no shirt on. He might have low key just been like fresh off taking the pads off, bro. So yeah, that's one of them ones where the PR. Shout out to Bert. Shout out to Angela over there. They're gonna have that talk with him. Hey, listen, we gotta work on your cool off period, all right, baby. Your cool off period gonna save you a lot of money, all right. Learn to take your cool off period. Sometimes that cool off period means after your 10 minutes and the locker room is open, you gotta go to the bathroom, bro. Just go in there after you taking a dump for a little bit. Just cool yourself off. Go take a shower while they first come in here. Sometimes you gotta do the extra thing, man, just so you not all the way there. Because you go from competing balls to the wall for 4 quarters. And whenever then they go down and they like, hey, why y'all lose? Yeah, bro. You already know.
Steeler Nation on Fire. Tomlin looked like he wanted to swing on the female referee.
Yeah, he was Zorro, bro. He was hot. Usually my dog don't show it out like that all the way, man. He was like, no, bump this, man. Bump this. Because he knew what time it was, man. We all needed it.
AJ Martinez says, shout out to Felicia. Keep the elders in Tennessee healthy. See you soon. let's go, Ernie. Keep working, Pops. Love to my
Okay.
children, Lexi and Tony.
Shout out to Lexi and Tony. Absolute little Tony Martinez. Shout out. Shout out to Ernie as well. Big Pops. And Felicia always get love. Shout out to Felicia as well, man. Shout out to Felicia. Why is she keeping the elders in Tennessee healthy, though? That's the part I kind of got lost on.
I think that's her job, right?
Traveling nurse?
Nursing.
I thought that was Trita. I thought Miss Trita was the nurse. No, he had a different nurse. No, the nurse is Felicia. Yeah, you're right. Felicia is the nurse. Super chat Felicia. You're right. All right, we back. Shout out to AJ, bro. Shout out to AJ. I like it. Shout out to you, Felicia. Absolutely. Definitely keep making the world a better place out there, man.
He's seeing that the super chats are working.
Mm-hmm.
So he's keeping them up.
There it is.
I am
Say it
proud.
worked for him, yeah.
A lot of low football IQ in the chat right now, saying Kenny sucks when the O-line gives up 49% pressures a game by next gen. Come on, bro. VYB is really my son. Here we go.
Oh, that's homie in the chat. He was going there earlier. But no, we saw that a couple times. Obviously, we know Kenny got, thumped up a couple times. I think it was Mitch's second drive in there, man, on the third down. He don't even get his second to drop back. My man gets smacked. I'm like, it's like that, man. But once again,
you noticed Kenny had a lot of time in that Rams game.
He did.
Cooked them up.
He did. Wasn't consistently enough time for either quarterback this week. Execution again, because them dudes up front got to win their one-on-ones, man. When I'm watching Josh Allen loop around and Mason Cole, it's like, bro, we're not saying that Mason Cole is supposed to be able to consistently block Josh Allen, but you would want a little bit more resistance in certain instances. Those are some of the things where we're just looking across the board, and it's like, dang, man, we got to just be a little bit more buttoned up on a play-in and play-out basis. But because they play offensive line, they don't get the luxury of when they have good plays, it doesn't show up as a 50-yard catch. It just shows them as, all right, we ain't talk about the protection. So it's like, they still do some good things, but as a whole, they got to be a lot more consistent, man.
AJ Martinez gifted 5 months memberships to Country Malik.
Yes, that's AJ.
20
God,
total for
dog.
the day.
AJ, you are in your bag today. Lord have mercy. We
Big
greatly
shout out.
appreciate you.
Country Malik 48. Tyler 334, Alex Papamichael, Mike from Jersey, and E Money.
Shout out to AJ Martinez, been a rock star life, and all those names that D just said. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lay Ying Low took me out a little bit. He said AJ is showing Deke's BM that he got money. He say Deke BM in the chat. He try to stunt. Yeah. He say, yo, hold on, man. Big bank take little bank. Don't be letting Deke gonna take you over there to Permanis. He trying to take you to Moats. That's what he said, man. All right. Jeez.
So you're saying Felicia's just a smokescreen?
That's what it sounds. Yeah. He sound like he really hunting yours. He said he want that big Glorilla. That's what he want.
Damn.
Yeah, man. He said, I'm gonna show I got paper. That's what he said. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just an innocent bystander.
I might be worried.
I'm an innocent bystander, bro. But he definitely should. Yeah, hey, Lay Ying Low, I think you might be on to something right there, man. You might be on to something. AJ Martinez says Miss Trita is an engineer, by the way. So we get some context. So one's an engineer, one's a traveling nurse.
Right.
All right, okay. Like the versatility right there, too, bro. Yeah.
Berg City 6-time champs. Refs will see it and wait for other refs to make the decision.
That is
Uniforms are black and white for a reason, not gray. Blessings, fellows. Can we try the seams more, please?
Ooh, I would love to try seams more, man. And I felt like we were early on. We just didn't connect on them. But I am with you, man. That is part of the stuff that I would like to see us attacking a little bit better. And yeah, that is funny about the uniforms. They are black and white, not gray and white. But yes, there are times where the official will wait to see if somebody else will call it, or they'll wait to see the result of the play. And those are the ones that kill me the most. I'm like, so if he would have caught this pass, you're not throwing this flag. But because he didn't catch this pass, now you're going to throw the flag? I hate you. It kills me, bro.
Ooh. Knight Rider 16.
Shout out to Knight Rider one time for the culture.
Isn't it discouraging with Pickett, though? When a rookie QB for the Titans literally throws 4 touchdowns in his first game ever. Meanwhile, Pickett has 5 for the entire season. SMH. I don't care about stats. I care about wins.
Weren't they playing the Falcons, too?
And again, it's all about what you're asking the quarterback to do. I didn't get to see much of that Titans game from what it looks like. They were just letting Levis heave it up there to Hopkins. And with
Hopkins
Pickett,
went crazy. I did see that. I saw the highlights. I didn't see the flow, but I did see the highlights.
yeah, with Pickett, what we've asked him to do for the most part, going back to last year, was handing the ball off, stepping up on third. I've been saying this so many times. Stepping up on third downs, moving the chains, coming up clutch in the fourth quarter, and winning games, being a leader like that.
The beautiful part is this, though. If Levis is on that type of time, we'll see what it looked like in a couple of days, man. If he is like what some of the people have brought up about him, the 4 touchdowns, the first game and stuff like that, then that means that it should be easy for him to just replicate it. Because if he did that in his first opportunity, then clearly he has the NFL figured out. So he's clearly better than Kenny. He's clearly better than all these other quarterbacks. So he should be able to come in here on Thursday night and do the exact same thing.
Yeah, and if we want to do the whole stats thing, then, I'll throw you out Trevor Lawrence's first, 18, 19 games. Kenny's stats are better than his.
No, that's all I'm saying, man. I get the Will Levis. I get it. But it's
there's certain timelines for things. And again, I think a big part of that, when it comes to stats, is what the team's asking you to do when you first come in. And we haven't asked Kenny to be slinging it out like that. We're trying to win games a different way. And it was working.
It's been working.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's been working.
Yeah. Again, I didn't like the offense for the first 4 or 5 weeks this year.
No. In terms of not style points or appearance, but in terms of just wins and losses, that part I would say has been working. I am with you, though. Yeah,
but ultimately, if our offense can look like what it did in the Rams game, get better in the first half, obviously, and I thought we saw the signs that it can get there in the Jaguars game, we're going to be hitting our stride right at the right time. But I don't really care. Good for him. 4 touchdowns. Congrats. Did they win the game? I mean, it'd be funny if he threw the 4 and they lost.
Don't say that. I don't know if they won or lost.
No, they won.
They had to win, right?
They did win.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still a close game.
I just remember seeing how they, because little G, he like DeAndre Hopkins. He's like, Dad, how DeAndre doing today? I was like, oh, he got 4 touchdowns out here. Wait a minute. Or, he had 3 or 4. It was like something crazy. Yeah.
Sean McCartney. How about we fix the O-line, the OC situation, and running game before we shit on the quarterback? You know the stuff we wanted to fix before we even got Kenny.
100%. But once again,
that's what I was going to bring up with Levis, too, because I know a couple weeks back, it was frustrating to me seeing and not even to the extent of 4 touchdowns like Levis, seeing dudes like C.J. Stroud or Jordan Love, Anthony Richardson, Josh Dobbs, being able to run offenses where they'd at least get past the 50 for parts of the game and look like a competent offense. Where us in Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett, I'm questioning what's going on here, and I couldn't see those quarterbacks as being better than Kenny Pickett. So I didn't think the coordinator
you watched
Canada
any
was
Cardinals
helping.
since then too.
What? Well, that
be my whole
it's a good
issue.
point.
I'm just like, my dog, and Dobbs is my mans. That's my guy.
Brock Purdy.
But it's like,
back.
bro, y'all act like, man, my man had 1 game or 2 games. They'd be like, oh, yes, he better than Kenny too. It's like, bro, if we just go pull up 1 or 2 hot moments, a hot times, it's like, come on, man. We not holding everybody to the same standard. If we doing that, then we got to look at Kenny differently. If we just going to pull up, oh, he had that 1 game right there. That was straight. Well, I compare that 1 game to that 1 game. It's like, bro, they body of work, they sample size, the further it gets along, you see what it look like.
But Kenny feels like just gets better and better.
Right, but that's the part where it's just like, when you're in, I've said this to you at times, right? It's like, man, if a person's mind is made up on something, it really isn't a point in trying to change their mind, because you're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to change until they are ready to. So when I hear people, have their mind made up on Kenny, and we were talking about, bro, y'all are saying he's a bust, and my man hadn't even played in 17 games at the point. So it's like, yo, if your mind is that made up, and here we are still, this not even a full complete 2 seasons. But if your mind's already made up, it's like, bro, we ain't finna come here and try to talk your mind off of that. It's like, yo, you feel what you feel for your experiences, right? You've had your experiences. You might have watched tape. You might have played. You might have done whatever, but that's how you feel. Now, we don't think it's accurate, and we might have a lot of reasons to back that up that might have even more validity to it in terms of why we feel like that. But if your mind is your mind, it is what it is. So you think all these people that say Canada sucks, you think all these people that say Kenny sucks, you think all these people that say this team sucks, Coach T needs to be fired, all these people need to be fired. It's like, all right, cool. If that's your energy, man, keep the energy, bro. But while we're winning and enjoying that, just keep that same energy. That's the part that drives me nuts. A week ago, everybody hollering about Super Bowl, we nice, this and that, because we beat the Rams on the road, and we did it the way that we did it. You lose here, now you act like, oh, man, I ain't see that injury. I ain't see this happen. I don't know none of that. We terrible. We suck. So it's like, if y'all gonna do the freak out thing, man, just, keep it consistent, baby. If you think they suck and all these people are bad, just consistently vibe like that. But don't sell me on this when we start winning, which we've been doing this whole process. And tell me it's something different, because I don't agree with you right there. In the same way, I can't change your mind. You ain't gonna change my mind.
Yeah, I think Kenny's legit, man. I do. I see too many of the signs. It's just, we got to get it all together as an offense. And I think we'll get there. I think we can get there now. I do. After seeing these last two games, I think things are looking up. Kenny, get healthy. Yeah. Kenny, just get healthy. Get back out there.
I'm like, bro, y'all, the way the fans are how you
and
believe
actually
in.
benchnology, too.
Bro, fans are how you believe in scoring 30 is more important than winning. That's just the way that the fans talk about it. I'm like, bro, I don't agree with that.
But that's even different than what I was clamoring for, and that was just moving it past the 50. That's my difference with what it was like with this offense those first 5 weeks.
I agree, bro.
But what I saw these last two, no, that was a legit offense. I don't care if we score 30. What we have, 24 against the Rams?
Mm-hmm.
If we beat the Jaguars 21-17, don't care. That's fine.
Care, bro.
That's fine.
Don't care.
That is sustainable to me. Whereas I didn't think the offense, how it was the first 5 weeks, was sustainable.
And it wasn't supposed to be in the first 5 weeks, though.
Yeah.
But that was also, when we talked the context, it's like, yo, you got to understand what part of the season we're in. And we also said it shifts when you get post-bye week. And it's going to shift again when it's the end of November, December time frame. It's like, bro, this is a whole nother set that we got to get to. But you can't just act like that is supposed to happen now. It's a process. But not everybody has had them experiences to understand that either. And that's the part that I understand as a whole.
No, that was Sean McCartney. Marcus Fields, Mason and Brucey from Longest Yard is the same person.
Hey, sir, Brucey, y'all foul for that one. Don't do Mason like that. You know what that one that was? He was the little.
I've seen Longest Yard. I don't know who is.
He was the janky one. Let's see. He talked the good game. He was super duper confident. I think he low key might have been the one that talked with one of them girl boys that was in the joint too. And he had like he didn't know. He was like, oh, no, that was different. He'd be like, no, you know what you did. But he was that kind of guy in the movie. He was a good dude. A lot of energy.
Remix. I wonder how many first downs Canada offense has had since he's been here versus the rest of the NFL. We got to move the ball better. Field position is crucial.
No, 100% it definitely is, man. And that's the part where when we talk about finished product versus what we need to get to, all of those things that you bring up and that people have brought up are legitimate. We're not saying they're not. You got to get more first downs. And why is that? We saw even yesterday at times, right? The defense will get worn down. The more that defense has to play, it's harder for them to stay at a dominant level. So, yeah, you want to get more of those first downs. But how do we get those? And that's where we get back to the, super analysis of calls got to be right. The receivers got to run their routes right, create the separation. O-line got to block. QB got to deliver the pass we has to do. Running back got to hit the right hole. So it shifts from scheme to execution. Now, y'all know Scott Evan Heck said he tired of execution talk. So I don't want to kill y'all with more execution talk. But that's the circle of life with this NFL thing, man.
For Canada's whole tenure here with the Steelers, short, like going back to like that question he just posed, how many first downs Canada offense has had since he's been here versus the rest of the NFL? Again, sure, for most of his tenure here, it's a great question to ask. I don't think Canada was the issue these last 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Sticky Bubbles.
Oh, hold on. We missed him again, bro.
No.
Armin Estabi. Shout out to Armin, bro. Man, you ain't like Armin today, bro.
I missed him again?
Yeah, bro. It's the second Armin one, man. Heck yeah, bro. Let me tap in on Armin.
Wait, really?
Yes, bro. Armin gave us our first super, and then he came up with another super. So I was like, let me tap on Armin. It was about 5:25 time frame. So it's all good.
Damn.
Did yours even show the time on yours? I don't think yours showed the clock on yours, right?
What?
Yours don't show when they actually come in, though, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, yeah, he was
Might
like,
have missed it.
all right, all good. But he says, Moats, change your name to Arthur Canada already. This is what I see when he put it. I was like, yo, I
That's
love
funny.
it for this. I couldn't wait. It says, change your name to Arthur Canada already. You make every excuse in the book for him. Deke makes every excuse for Canada. OC and QB are bad. There it is. I like that comment right there. Shout out to Armin one time, man.
He said I made every excuse for Canada.
No, he says that I changed my name to Arthur Canada because apparently I'm a Canada guy. And he says you make every excuse for Kennedy. So,
nah, I said he made misses yesterday. What do you want me to say? But I also think if he would have played the game, I think he would have stepped up in the fourth quarter. I think we would have got out of there with a dub. I think he would have been better for the offense than Mitch. What's crazy about that?
I just look at what I see from Canada on tape, baby. Y'all got the personal feelings about people, man. I don't care one way or the other, baby. I promise you I don't, man.
Hold on. Wait, I got it. Maybe. Hold on. I think might have botched this up. But no, I'm good. Sticky bubbles. Context. Deontay catches that ball over the middle, maybe a different game. Or if he doesn't slip and catches the ball in the end zone, different game.
It's two big plays, man.
Right.
But once again, that's context. And on top of that, context is also speculation, right? Because we don't know what happens in those moments. So I get it on both
Does Deontay
parts.
drop the ball if he
Right.
doesn't slip anyway?
Right. Or if he doesn't
No,
slip,
he was
but
on
the
a
throw is
heater
off,
there.
it's
He was
like,
not
yeah,
dropping
man.
that ball. He was not
Yeah.
dropping it.
That's my whole thing. It's like, bruh, in those moments, that's what makes football football. We don't get second chances. You got to make that play because you don't know if you're going to get that play again in the game, man. And that's why this game is so beautiful. But that's also why we're like, you got to be so buttoned up and all the little things matter. So if you don't have the perfect franchise quarterback, all of these things that we talk about, they matter even more so. And if you do got that quarterback, well, shoot, this stuff still matters, but you feel like you got just a little bit more grace because you got a guy that can overcome some of the negativity.
Deke's baby mama. Deke be spending all of his ring money on Deke bets.
Ooh.
Yeah, I lost big on Pitt Notre Dame this weekend. Had the points and the money line.
Oh, you double dipped on it.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was 60 down the tubes right there. On top of the money I spent on the ticket and, for the Airbnb and the whole trip and the food and all that.
But it was a dope experience, though.
I'd do it again.
So that's
Do it
a
again
win.
in
That's a
heartbeat.
win, bro. That's a win.
Yep. Tyler from the 334 after the miscue by JP and KZ giving up that bomb and seeing Hopkins have a breakout game. I'm nervous for Thursday night. Ref still got me sick to the stomach.
All right.
JP's locking that up.
I mean, my thing is it's a miss. It wasn't even a miss. It wasn't like a blown coverage. It was a misplayed ball, right? I'm not living with it, but at the same time, I'm not about to lose my mind on it either. Can we be better? Yeah. What would be better? Yeah. We also know that this is in game. You lost your best secondary player. So everybody has to adjust. Everybody has to make some plays, man. And at times, man, he already had a pick. You might be feeling greedy. I'm going to get me too. Saying what we just talked about, Mitch, and we like, yo, just understand when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. That's the same conversation. The only difference is, for fans, it's easier to point at Mitch because he plays quarterback and it's like, yo, we saw you make this bad throw. With KZ, he plays safety. So everybody doesn't understand in cover two what the rules are. And it's not always highlighted. But it's like, man, that play just as bad as Mitch being aggressive because it wasn't necessary. It's like, man, stay on top of that. Or if you're going to make the play, go and take a better angle to actually make the play. KZ knows that, though. He's a professional, man. He's done caught mad picks in this league, too.
He wanted that pick.
Right. But that's one of them ones that's like, yo, you super aggressive. That's super greedy. I don't hate it. But if you going to be like that, bro, you really got to be right. Mitch, I don't hate the fact that you want to be aggressive and show you got a big arm and can make these throws. But if you're going to be aggressive like that, bro, you got to make the play. Because if you don't, we can see how it affects you on offense, but also how it affects you on defense.
Chase Dreams, any world do you think we could land Jalen and Simmons / Buddha? Moats, I know two alphas can coexist. TJ and Cam. Moats, can you give Omar a ring? We need help.
So check it out, though, man.
Who's Jalen? Oh, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah,
the cornerback.
but think about it. TJ and Cam don't play the same position. We were talking about Buddha and Minka. That's like if we talking about Myles Garrett and TJ. You see what I'm saying? Like, or since Myles is technically a DN, if we were saying Myles, or we were saying TJ Watt and Michael Parsons, there we go. Little apples to apples right there. Not saying that they can't work together and that they wouldn't dominate together. All I'm saying is typically on your roster, you're going to pay one dude a lot of money at their position. And then whoever is the number 2 at that position, you're not paying that. So to have Minka getting paid what he getting paid and Buddha get paid what he paid, both in the same spot, and you got TJ and Hospital getting paid, it's like, that's just a lot of money on that side of the ball. Not saying that it can't work. That's just a lot of money. And then when you start talking about the fit of, so who's your box? And who's your middle field safety? Buddha or Minka? Now we get back to that dynamic of I'm paying both of these dudes a lot of money, but they the same player essentially, like, or they're a really similar style at times, man. So, but like I said, it definitely could work.
If we
though.
traded for those guys, I'm cool with that. Helps the defense.
Man, they all talented.
Buddha Baker and Jalen Johnson. Yeah, that's
they
fine.
talented as heck, man. Talented as heck, baby.
Young Edge, I'm sorry, I'm dumping the season to
Christmas.
I got better things to do, getting that money.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And when you come back, you know we be here for you, man. We be here for you. Don't trip.
Justin Gordon, I'm tired of this offense just being Moats, how does the defensive guys feel going back to on the field after multiple consecutive 3-and-outs? Are the hype for the opportunity Are the hype for the opportunity for
Are they hyped for
frustrated?
are they hyped for the opportunity? Or are they frustrated?
Yeah.
Honestly, as players, man, we don't get as up and down as fans do. We look at it as, yo, our job is to stop them. We don't care if you giving us a yard to defend or you giving us 99 yards to defend. We go out there and just do the job, period. We don't care about, man, this isn't fair. We were just out there. We do not care about, man, we just got a turnover, man. Why y'all ain't do it? We don't care because it's what the job demands. And that's just the difference in mentality. So a lot of times, even when you think about when y'all talk to me when we're on the shows, I don't talk a lot about outside help. A lot of the stuff you hear me talk about is internally, because when you're a part of it, it's more about what we already have here and how do we improve that. So as a defender, man, yeah, you sit there and be like, bro, it is what it is. We knew that going into the game, though. We knew our offense struggled putting together first downs before this game ever happened. So why, if it does happen in the stadium, we act as if this is the first time we've seen our offense have an inconsistency? We said our offense struggles at times being consistent with everybody healthy, with Kenny Pickett. So now we're going to take Kenny out and new quarterback in, and we struggle a little bit. It's like, yo, we surprised by that. So as a defender, you're not tripping on that because you already know going in. Speaking from experience, my last year in Buffalo, that was our scenario. Man, we went with EJ. Man, he went quarterback. We went with Thad Lewis at quarterback. We went with, it was this young quarterback. I think he was an undrafted cat out of the University of Washington. He started like a couple games for us too. Just going through the different guys. We didn't care because it's like, bro, you can complain all you want. Is that changing anything? Absolutely not. Your job is to go out there and get stops. And if you don't get stops, you know what they're going to say? They're going to talk bad about you and replace you next. So you better go out there and put that work in, man. Let them figure that thing out. We going to hold it down while they figure it out. But that's kind of the mindset, though, man.
Sometimes human nature kicks in, though, obviously. Like, if you consistently making plays,
yes
and then,
and no. Because,
you know, it's the third or fourth quarter and the offense does nothing. You're down double scores.
But once again, the mindset is just different. You would look at that mindset and your human nature is what? Bro, man, y'all got to help us out. We've been in them scenarios. You know what our mindset is? Bro, I'm about to make a play. I'm going to just score on defense. I don't need you to score. Just don't turn it over on offense. We've told offenses that, bro. Just don't turn it over, bro. We're going to be all right. We'll figure it out over here. We can score. We can't get no stop. We can't get no strip. We can't get no pick. So it's a mindset thing. Now, it's not always the best mindset because sometimes we've talked about Coach Tomlin, right? And it's like, man, sometimes that mindset, you so locked in, you believe it so much that, man, you can't even see it sometimes. And that could be the blind spot as a former player. Absolutely. But that is what I've said, too, at times when I'm like, yo, I'm not always big on bringing outside help in because I don't believe that it's needed at times. Offseason, yeah. Offseason, man, let's fix that roster. Offseason, man, let's change them coaches up. In season, bro, we locked in. What I look like, man, every time we start going in, I'm saying we locked in, we supposed to do this thing, but any adversity we have, I'm over here trying to cut. Hey, man, no, that's on you. Get you out of here. No, that's on you. Get you out of here. Man, I don't believe you really with me. I don't believe we're really locked in. I'm looking at you like, bro, you going to cut tail next time something bad happen. I don't want that in my foxhole. But the players, we look at it differently. We like, bro, now we here. We're going to figure it out. So that's why for me, long answer short, you don't really listen to the outside noise. We don't really care about like what the perception should be, because for us, we just believe that we can be the difference. Because for dudes to make it to this level, a lot of times they have been the difference. A lot of times in high school, they could make the play. College, they could make the play. So you just think that it's going to keep happening until it don't. And he just be like, y'all ran out of time.
Tyler from the 334. Our team is so close to greatness, it's like we zig when we should zag a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
We saw late last year what we can do when the team is in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny getting hurt has to do with that, I think. Right when I think we were gaining some momentum as an offense, dude gets hurt at halftime.
Yeah.
James Panzarello, join the upper room.
Shout out to James Panzarello, and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We got...
Hey, y'all hit that like button too one time. I just peeped the 6:30, bro. We cooking, but yo, it is 6:30. I like it.
We got a few more. We got
Oh, no,
probably
we
like
cooking.
7 or 8 more.
Yeah, we good. We on schedule.
Steer Nation on Fire says, look at the injury report. It's interesting. Okay.
I think they said Kenny something with him.
Week 9? Is that where we're at?
It is week 9, huh?
Kenny limited with rib. DeMonte Casey, hand, limited. McFarland, knee, limited. Is this dude ever going to play?
I was about to say, bro.
It's not full yet. Levi Wallace, foot, limited.
How many more days does McFarland have with his window?
I think still double digits.
Okay. Because I was
So
like,
him and Cam were
Same
activated
time?
for that window last week. So they got to be around, like, I think 8 or 9 days,
okay,
I'm guessing.
Okay.
I still got double digits. Cam groin limited. Minka hamstring DNP. Levi foot limited.
Okay.
At least it's not any additional ones that are popping up there. You're like, whoa, when this guy get hurt?
And I do got to get...
Casey would be the guy, I guess.
I do need to get some context, too.
He's going to play, though.
I was going to get some context. The injury report today, different than normal. Because technically there isn't a practice today.
Oh, this is an estimation.
Yes.
Right.
So I was going to say, even though we might feel either good or not so good about it, it's more so just what you think. If the team were going to practice today, this is what it would look like. That's what today is. Even tomorrow's practice is probably going to be a glorified walkthrough, bro. And it's going to be another one of them. We estimating if this was full, this is who or who would not be available. They can't practice them cats that right now. Literally, when they go out there tomorrow, bro, they're going to be in sneakers. And you are going to have, you might carry a helmet, but it ain't going to be nothing crazy. Low key, it's going to be a hat day. No one coach team make it a hat day. Good tempo, good sweat, but it's less about being physical because you just came out of a dog fight and now you got to get ready to go into another one on a short week, man. No.
Yeah, makes sense. Rod Dulles says that McFarland is dead weight at this point.
Not dead weight, but his that little hourglass, the little sand, it's getting real thin, bro. You might want, if you gonna make a move, not just for your Steelers life, but your NFL life, you need to make it sooner rather than later. You don't get a lot of opportunities to just sit and get 4 or 5 years in. That's not how this thing works. You get about 1 to 2, then after that, they start looking for your replacement. And yeah, it happens quick, man. It happens real quick.
Let's go, UW. Some people blaming the pressure rate for Kenny, but Pittsburgh is 7th in most pressures behind San Fran and Philly. Can't use it as an excuse.
I mean, man, we know that to an extent, but also when you talk about San Fran and Philly, it's not a complete apples to apples scenario. Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, we know, further along. Brock Purdy, yes, he's a younger quarterback. Even we've seen him these past couple of weeks, though, really start to come down a little bit from where he looked like was going to be his home. But as a whole, their offense is still a more established group across the board. So, yes, we can look at those two scenarios. But once again, are we going to act like our offense line is the same as their offense lines, our weapons the same as their weapons? It's like, that's the context part that we be talking about.
Wait, what am I missing with that stat? Is he saying the Steelers are giving up a ton of pressures?
So it's no excuse for Kenny to not be playing well, because we give up pressure the same way that the Niners have given up pressure and the way that Philly has given up pressure at times. But I don't, at least that's how I was reading it. Because he said stop blaming the pressure rate for Kenny, but Pittsburgh is 7th in most pressure behind San Fran and Philly. Can't use it as an excuse. So that's how I thought he was saying it.
Yeah, Brock Purdy ain't playing that good right now.
At least that's why I thought he was saying it.
Hurts, low-key having a down year.
He is. But even with them, in terms of the context of it, their offenses are still further along, though, than where we are right now.
Yeah, they have Kyle Shanahan, they have Sirianni.
Yeah. But you also have a
That's
quarterback that was an MVP finalist. That's also part of it. And a quarterback that led his team to an NFC Championship appearance.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, those dudes got schemes to help them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say more established coordinators. Could Canada get to that level at some point this season? Who knows? But I do like what I saw from the play calling these last 2 weeks. I'll give Canada that. But Hurts and Purdy have both those guys as their coordinators, their play callers. Mm-hmm. But also, like, I think those teams are just more put together too. Aren't those defenses better than our defense?
This is what I'm trying, like, but
better weapons, more proven weapons around those quarterbacks. This is the part
where I feel like
better O-lines.
I feel like
but
it's cherry picking.
I can't explain the pressures.
I feel like it's more we just cherry pick of what we want to use against Kenny. It's like, bro, that Eagles team, that Niners team, how are we acting like that's the same as what we're dealing with here in Pittsburgh? We said we got the framework for that type of stuff, but we not about to act like we are already on that level, because we not right now.
Hectic. No cap. Mason is better than Mitch. 252 back in the house. A little late getting here.
Shout out to the 252 one time for the culture one time.
AJ Martinez. No, Deke. I don't want you to kick my ass. I throw the corn at Felicia only. LOL. No, the Diggler's BM. Deke will slap me with those 13-inch fingers. LOL.
Oh God. All right. Jesus. I'm glad. I'm glad that AJ said corn. I ain't know where it was going, bro. He made me nervous at times. Shout out to AJ.
Let's go. UW says it's not even about the points. It's about the offense being able to hold its own consistently when the defense has a bad game, and as of now, it can't.
We saw it not this past game, but we can't say as of now it can't, because we've already talked about the sample size showing that it does work. It does win, and it has won. So in the game that just happened, we could talk about that specifically, but if we're talking this season, we're sitting at 4-3. We talk about the record the past 2 years. We talked about all these things in terms of the numbers specifically relating to wins and losses. And factually, we can work like this because it has been. It's just the style points are terrible. When we pull up the stats for the offense, at least the offense specifically is bad. But in terms of the overall method, the method works. But the method in today's NFL, if you're not able to have the stomach for that, then yeah, you're going to do every single thing you can to shift from that. And ain't nothing wrong with that either. But if you don't got one of them franchise quarterbacks already here, this is the method to stay winning, to have sustainable winning and being relevant. And that's what we have seen while we're in the process of seeing who is the replacement for Ben Roethlisberger. We hoping that it's Kenny.
It's Kenny.
I hope it's right. I'm not a Kenny or a Kenny. I'm not on any, I hope it is him though, bro. You know I do. So that's my thing. But this is a part of it. If you don't have that model right there, this is the next model, man. So as you can see, it does work. It just ain't as pretty as y'all might like.
Well,
but
not
it does
to the
work, man.
extent that we want it ultimately. Like we don't want to just
We won
settle
a Super
for
Bowl.
mediocrity.
We won a Super Bowl, but you can't get to the Super Bowl without winning enough games to get to the playoffs. So before we can get to a Super Bowl, you have to have the prerequisite of winning. We have the prerequisite. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and let's get
That's
this
all I'm
offense
saying.
better.
Absolutely.
Let's get the defense better too, because defense has been somewhat of a disappointment this year.
We can make a
But
case
I
that they have
get
been to an
his
extent.
point is like when
Yeah.
the defense is a little sloppy, if we got to win in a shootout or
Yeah.
just get out of a stadium like that, that's where we want to be. And I think I'm telling you, I've seen the flashes from Kenny. I think we can get there. It's just we haven't seen it to that degree just yet.
I ain't tripping on it. I just look at it like this, man. It's multiple ways to win
and
a
is
game.
it a Kenny thing, or again back to the
Yeah.
coordinators and our offensive weapons not being as proven yet? O line's been sucking at times, so like there's been a lot of things at play.
That's the context. I feel like I'm the broken record when I keep saying context, so I'm leaving it alone. But I definitely feel that way though.
I got to see Bengals game last year at home. Didn't we put up 28 points or something?
Mhm.
We were right there with the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
We were right there. Pickens dropped the one at the end of the game. I think it would have maybe forced the Bengals to convert a first down. If we would have got stopped, maybe we would have had a last-second drive type of chance. Put up 28 against the Browns week 18. So, I think it's there. Obviously, we do just want the offense to be flat out right better. Flat out right better. There's no question about it.
Offense, man, we know. We want them to score points. A lot of people need offense. And we do need offense. You can't win a championship without having offense to some extent. But at the same time, to act as if you cannot win in this league without having to score 30, I think that is factually inaccurate.
You just got to be on the money in all those games. So
Absolutely.
Going back to last year,
And
I think we had all that momentum
We've seen
if we
us
would have
do it,
made
man.
the playoffs. We just would have had to hit on all 3 or 4 of those games.
Yeah.
Defense, you're balling out against Burrow, Mahomes, whatever.
And we've
Kenny,
done
the
that,
offense,
though.
you're doing the same thing you've been doing these last 4 or 5 weeks.
Think about how did
Controlling the
we
clock,
get to 7-2
keeping the other-
down the stretch without that being the case?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
So to act as if because it's hard, just because it's hard don't mean that it's not possible.
Right.
And I think that's the disconnect at times when we talk about this method under Coach Tomlin versus when we look at some of these other teams that score a lot of points. Just because you score 30 and you still lose, does that really mean you had a better chance at winning than if you lost 13-10 or if you lost 20-17? That's the part that
That's
I
a
just
good
think,
way to put it.
I just think that we just look at it very differently of what is more acceptable. Which one makes us feel better about ourselves? And yeah, once we can figure that out, we straight. To me, though, I don't have an issue with winning the way that we win it because it has been a tried and true method. We have seen teams win like this. We have won Super Bowls like this. So to act as if you can't win by using defense, by being tough and making teams have to execute, I don't agree with that because I factually have seen it multiple occasions now.
G-Abs, Deke, you in the building on Thursday. Let's have a claw. Moats, let's research. I'm in there.
Ooh,
Not this Thursday. I will be there for the Packers game, though, for sure.
All right. Turn up. I'm supposed to be down there, at least for the beginning portion. I've been getting some text, so I don't even know what the rest of my schedule looks like just yet. But, man, that would be a vibe. You know that'll be a vibe.
Steeler Nation on fire. I think the Steelers should play Riley over Miles.
Both players bring something different, right? We said with Riley, man, I thought he had a dope preseason. I think he's the more physical of the bunch. I mean, I don't hate it one way or the other. I think the reason why they went Miles is just more, I think, experience. But I do feel like Elijah Riley had a dope preseason.
Yeah, it'd be fun flipping a coin on that if you want to do it.
Right. I was like, I don't have like a hard stance one way or the other with them two. But we also are talking about as like the third dude. When they go 3 safeties, it's that we bringing in. So
that's it for the Supers.
I like it, bro. I like it. Yo, I'm really tied up on this Elijah Riley over Miles Killebrew, though. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't have a hard stance on that.
Riley makes plays when he's out there, it seems.
Yeah. Because Killebrew is my special teams dude. So I'm like, even seeing him on the couple of snaps when he had to get on defense, I'm like, yeah, this is a little bit different, but I don't view him for that. So Yeah. I ain't tripping on it, man. I ain't tripping. Elijah straight, though, man. I would definitely like for my man Mika to get back sooner rather than later, though. But unfortunately, that hammy is that's real.
We see how those go.
That's real, bro.
Probably going to be 4 weeks at least.
Bare minimum, yeah. I don't want to say bare minimum. I'm hoping it's just for it's like DJ. But even when DJ like got gimpy yesterday, I thought it was the hammy. I ain't see what happened when he went to the tent. I'm like, bro, what happened? Is it the hammy again? Like, So shoot. All right then, man. All right. Do you got any final thing you need to get off your chest, bro?
We're fine. I think we're fine. We just got to get healthy. Find a way to win this game. Banged up Kenny out there. If it's Mitch, yeah. Find a way to win this. Find a way to win that Packers game. Sit at 6-3.
Respect.
We'll be on our way.
Nah, respect.
That's the weird part about this one coming up with Mitch playing.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be like the is it Canada? Is it the quarterback? I'm not going to know what to think. So let's just get a win. I don't care.
Hey, bro, I'm over here
let's just get a win.
Yo, I don't know what to expect. Like, are y'all going to completely dial it back and say, Mitch, we've seen you too aggressive. We don't need this tonight. Our defense and you not turn it over is better than you being aggressive out here. Like, I don't know. Or is it we're going to call it as is, treat it like Kenny is playing, and, go out there and run the offense? Like, I don't know right now, bro. But I am excited, though, because I do still feel like it's a great opportunity for us, man. I love the fact that Kevin Byard is no longer there. I'll tell you that. That means a lot. It's very, that's a great thing for whether it's Kenny or Mitch, or even we threw Mason in there, any of those three. I think this is a great situation now that Kevin Byard is not down there anymore, because he is a ball hawk. And I do feel like him on a short week, not the most ideal. But I like the fact they know him, so we're good. All right then, bro. All right. Well, shoot, man, that'll do it for today's show. Hope y'all enjoyed this thing, man. You know, we was in here vibing with y'all. And, yeah, man, y'all hit that like button on the way out of this thing. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so just yet. Either way, you know we appreciate you. Y'all stay safe out there. And until next time, baby.
Peace.